Another game of Skyfall 5e. How was the week?
It's been good.
All right.
Yeah, right on. Or 2 weeks, I
Wonderful.
guess. So,
3 weeks.
it's good to have you guys all back. Picking up right where you left off, you had made it into town and did a whole bunch of stuff, the most memorable of which involving a airship that you guys got a chance to work on, and with a pair of double ones, nearly killed half the party in a fatal explosion. And
Oh, I missed stuff.
oh yeah, you weren't there for that. They tried to repair an engine, and it went really badly. It was like,
no.
I was like, okay, roll a sleight of hand check and a luck check, and I had 2 people roll individually, and they both ended up being ones. It was bad.
That's not good.
Not good luck. But I will say Monday has had fantastic luck this week, so maybe it's a change of events. Apart from dealing with that, you managed to kind of secure some help for your shop and turned what would be a tragedy into a possible business opportunity. And now you have a couple of people that are doing jobs for you and giving you a cut while you're away and doing whatever it is that you wish to do. Last thing that you guys did involved going to Fovecchi's, where you purchased a puzzle box from him, and you guys went back to your shop, took a nap, and you're waking up now. So, it seems to be a normal day. Everything is in place, and your 2 new shop helpers can be seen in the shop, sleeping as well as you guys get up. What do you want to do?
Oh, Erlabald is gonna go cook up some dart-shaped eggs in honor of Gaius Torin.
Dart-shaped eggs.
He's not the best cook, but you know, it's something to preoccupy himself. I do have a question, Lucian.
Sure.
Does Vossanax have bail for people that commit crimes?
Bail does exist. The problem with it is that the Empire's a little bit more strict with crime, so if it's easier to get like a death sentence for things. But if it's like petty thievery or something, you might be able to bail someone out.
How much, or would we be able to know, is it set based off crime, or is it something else?
It is different depending on the situation, yeah. So,
Okay.
depending on the connections of who it is, or what they stole, or who was hurt along the way, that kind of thing, it'll change the cost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Alright,
you could
that's
be looking at anything
good to
from
know.
anything from like a few pieces of gold to like a few hundred, but if it's above that, then they're probably just going to be put on the chopping block.
Earl is going to be looking to try to bail out Razaz later today.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, from way back then.
Okay. So that's an interesting thought. You think about getting your old friend out of jail while going to cook some eggs there in the morning. How about the rest of you guys?
When we're up, does it look like it's the next day or like skipped?
Ah.
What's the workshop look like?
There is a calendar on the wall you guys have been keeping, and you can see that it is the 4th of summer.
How many days are in a season again?
100.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's
When
a
was
full
the
3
last
days.
day? Oh no!
What?
It's a lot of days. Oh man. Assuming that was it 73 the last time?
I thought it was.
It was that or 80
It was
something.
84 at one point.
I've got 84 written down here.
Oh, okay.
That's the latest one I
So
had.
that's like 20 days. 20 days.
Still.
This was Freldis or Kip in the shop.
They're both in the shop. Kip seems to be asleep, and Fraildas as well. Looks like he's slowly waking up to the sound of somebody messing around in the kitchen.
Who is Kip?
Kip? Oh, he died.
And then he was brought back. Kip
Yeah, I was
is...
And now he sort of works for us.
Yes. Sort of works for us.
So, I guess while you guys are having this sort of sleepy morning and realizing what time it is and everything, and your dart-shaped eggs are still on the pan, we'll go over and address you, Dominic. Let's see. Go ahead and name your character and all that jazz.
Okay.
You have left your family in Kazatov due to some problems with, well, bad blood, one could say, and having very few people that you're close with in town, you actually decided to catch a caravan and leave town altogether. And this whole debacle happened probably like 10 or 20 days ago, kind of thing. Like, this was a while that you got thrown out, and you've sort of just been on the road ever since, moving from one place to the next, taking a caravan here and there. You did kind of set out with a ultimate goal to try and find an old friend of yours named Fovechi, who lives in Vosnux, but it's been a really lengthy trip to get there. And I would say, given where Kazatov is, you've taken a ferry like all the way across the coast and down into the city of Thieves, where you very quickly left and took a bunch of riders like across the desert into Oris Ren, and then got a caravan over to Vosnux. The whole trip being quite long, only cut short due to the sail and the speed of the winds that were in your favor. And when getting to the city of Vosnux, Fovechi would be rather pleased to see you. You'd be an old friend of his, and he would kind of tell you about what's been happening in his life more recently, and you'd find out that, part of the reason he's so elated and excited to see you is, an old friend of his recently died and everything, and his life has been tumultuous, to say the least, in the last while. And when you tell him everything that's happened with your family and how you're basically on your own at this point, he asks you what it is that you want to do with yourself. What would you tell him? What would you say? Like, what's your goal here now that you're finally back? He tells you, you can stay here and everything, but what are you gonna do? What would you tell him?
Take what little I have and try to invest it into something he deems worthy. He's one of the closest and wisest friends I have, so probably get his advice and
How much money do you
try to
have
put
on you?
I have 142 gold pieces.
Mm.
Because warlocks don't need much.
Okay.
Or my kind of warlock, at least.
So he tells you that that's a good chunk of money, and definitely something that would let a family live off of it for a couple of years, sort of thing. But not really enough to do any of the work that he's involved in. And he tells you that he knows some people in town that you could do some good and honest work with, and potentially use your unique skills. And he directs you to Catman Robotics and tells you to go and speak with them, see if they'll take you, tell them that you're a friend of mine, and see where it goes from there. And you're not really sure what to expect, other than the fact that he tells you that they're good people, he says. But he does warn you that if they don't take you on, then you're probably going to have to do just plain Jane mercenary work, or sign on as a cook in one of the taverns nearby, or it's going to be something that your family probably wouldn't want you to do, or something that he kind of hints to being sort of beneath nobles.
To which I'll reply, then I won't fail.
Okay. So with that, you've been set on your way, and I would also say, just for the sake of simplicity, and also because you're kind of close to him, that he is aware that you're a great soul, and has informed you that these people are great souls as well. And, they're the first group that he's seen in real life, but, he knows it to be true, and tells you that, perhaps you guys are sort of meant to work together, and sends you off on your way. So gradually you make it through the city, and I want you to go ahead and make a luck roll for me as you're wandering about.
What a way to start! Holy
Perfect for
shit!
this group. Oh my god.
Okay. You're not really... I don't know if your character would still be bummed about it, but when traveling through the City of Thieves, when you were traveling through Inanbar, it's pretty impossible to say where or when, but at some point during the few hours you were there to get onto a new caravan, you ended up being pickpocketed and lost a good portion of your gold, and you're missing 40 gold from your original stack. Part of that was stolen, part of that was travel costs and everything. But yeah, while you were in that town, that happened, and maybe you've got some particular opinions about the city, maybe you don't, who knows. But when you get into Vosnex, your purse is certainly lighter. Now, wandering through the city, everything's just been strange for the past few hours because you've never seen an underground city like this before. You've seen cityscapes that are packed and bustling and busy and teeming with people, but you've never been in one quite like this, where it's all vertical and there's these strange kind of walkways between everything. And it takes you a little bit to follow Favecci's directions before you finally get in front of Catman Robotics, which is supposedly where you'll find these people. And the windows have blinds over them, and the sign currently says that it's closed. Yet you can see that there's light kind of coming from below the blinds and everything.
Well, along the way, did I see a tavern at all?
I'd say, yeah, you'd probably see a tavern.
The gentleman knows when he should enter and when he should leave. I'll go back to the tavern, see if I can have a little bit of light breakfast.
Sure. Spend 3 copper pieces there, and you go and sit down in a local tavern and get a bite to eat. Now, for the rest of you guys, it seems that the eggs are coming along, and Erlebald's cooking in the kitchen has brought scents that are waking everybody up, and Kip is yawning and rolling over in his bed, and Fraildas kind of rights himself there on the couch, and looks over at you guys and says, "Oh, you're back."
Yes.
Yes, apparently, Freldis, what's been going on since we last saw you?
Oh, just work and everything.
How's business?
Somebody make a luck roll, please.
I will always make a luck roll if no one else wants to.
We'll see if you guys got any jobs while you were gone during the 20 days.
Alright, who wants to make it?
If it's a 1 to a 5, you got no work.
Not me.
Alright, I'm rolling it. Hell yeah!
Alright. I like how we're so excited about 11. Holy shit, it's not a 1!
Listen, we gotta take what we can get.
Okay. You guys have a small pouch there that Fraildas throws over to the nearest one. Who spoke last there? I think it was Colcoat. He tosses you a pouch with 7 gold pieces in it. And,
thank you, my boy. I'll add it to the funds.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a little bit slow, but, money's money, right?
Yes, of course. How's the city? How are affairs? Any trouble with that jackknife gang or 1T? Anything from the south?
Oh, I need another luck roll. We got a lot of luck rolls to do today, boys. Roll for 1T, please.
You said it, you roll for it.
It's fine. I got it. I failed.
What have you done to us?
Hey, there's also a poll going on, so that the two will be
I don't like
compounded.
that poll.
So you go ahead and ask him kind of how things have been, and he he turns to you after looking out the, past the door for a moment and says, "Well, the city's been really good. I haven't heard anything about the Jackknife Gang lately. I don't know if people just stopped talking, but I went out to get something to eat the other day, and there's rumors that they're gone. So I don't know. Maybe that happened."
Well, that's good news, at least.
What was that other thing you asked about?
The Wanty, anything from the south? We heard there might have been some mysterious goings on.
Oh, He pauses for a moment, and in thought there, let's see if Fraildass has heard anything.
He's a boy genius.
He looks over and he says, "You know what? I did hear a couple of guards saying that one of the forts was attacked."
Do you recall which one?
Yeah, what was it again? Yeah, he kind of pauses and sort of scratches at his chin, and he says, Fort Trajan, I think? I don't know. They didn't seem that worried about it. Maybe because it's far away, I don't know.
I suppose. Though if there is some word, they always try to temper it a bit as not to scare the people.
Yeah, they might have known that I could hear them.
That is most troubling. Would either of you like some eggs? There.
Yes,
He
please,
grabs one like he's holding a dart. They're not very aerodynamic, but they're serviceable as food.
It's just like this floppy egg burrito.
He
thanks,
tosses it to Colcoat.
A pool noodle flies through the air and lands very close to you.
I'll nibble at it.
Delicious.
Okay, Earl McIntyre, I've been thinking. These time skips, have they ever been quite this problematic? I don't ever remember them being so long. And so I guess it's a question to you, Lucian. Are time skips always this long and erratic?
I'd
Or
say
did it
that
used to
you
be more
might have
calm?
experienced this like once or twice, but it doesn't happen often, so it is kind of weird.
It just seems odd that all of a sudden now these skips, they just keep getting longer and longer. It makes me think that there is definitely something going on in the world.
It's very possible.
They do seem to be getting more frequent and lengthy. It's made business quite problematic.
Well, and it does make you perhaps reconsider a offer as we had from the military. It seems like with as much time as we've got and with how much these skips keep happening, we've got to make the most of what time we've got.
I did have a thought during my last rest, Colcode, that perhaps joining the Aurelian military would give us access to resources and knowledge that might help us prevent these time skips.
Well,
I have no
that's what
doubt
I
that the
was
Aurelian
thinking.
Empire has collected a large number of information regarding Great Souls.
Well, and they're the ones that have access to all the latest technology. Kip, are you awake over there?
He groggily looks over. Yeah, what do you want?
All the materials that are required to make the airships. It is the government that controls most of its access, is it not?
Well, I know they don't like selling it to just anybody. Can't build an airship in here for some other country, you know. Why? What are you thinking?
Well, we'd have to see if the offer still stands, but we had one that would allow us to join the military of the Empire. Perhaps give us greater access to more types of technology and perhaps give us answers and insight into what has been going on lately.
I mean, yeah, You get some benefits. You get tied down, though. Not the right work for me.
Oh, you and Freldis, you're doing a fine job with the shop. We would not expect either one of you to come along with us.
Well, that's good. I still got my ship to work on, after all.
Well, and perhaps more access to materials would help benefit the shipbuilding process for yourself.
You think you're gonna get government funding?
Well, I'm sure that's quite a long way off, but you never know what kind of access we could get from them.
I won't turn down any money for the ship. I'm already in the red enough.
Perhaps we'll have to check with the guards today and speak with Ragareth. See how the state of affairs are.
Yes, I've begun to reconsider that offer that they gave us. Colco,
Yes, sir.
do you remember a while ago, back when we first met Favecci, there was a thief of sorts that was arrested in front of us. It was the first airship sale.
I believe so. Was one of them a man that you knew?
Yes.
I think I recall.
Well, with the recent ongoings and Gaia's passing, I feel like it's best if he just sighs. I don't know. Don't take that for granted. I should pay his bail and see if I can set him straight. I knew him for a while.
It was quite some time ago. I hope he's still alright, but I definitely understand having to go. At least try to see what you can do for him.
He just gives him a nod. We could talk about this with the captain.
Ah, yes, I guess two birds with one stone. You can check on both.
Do we have any other plans for today, or could we go talk to the captain now?
Well, for Elderskip, unless you know of anything that is going on today, I suppose we could head over there fairly quickly. Alright. Well, Colt will finish up his breakfast and then just get things together.
Okay.
And head out to the guard captain.
Okay. So you go ahead and collect your buddies here and wander for the door, and you notice while getting everyone all set that Lenry isn't feeling particularly well and seems to be ill. Would you just kind of like leave her to sleep here, or like drag her through the city with you?
Freldis, please make sure Lenry is comfortable. If she's not feeling well, perhaps she should stay here and rest up.
I hope it wasn't the eggs.
Well, I'm feeling alright. I don't think it was. Mackinac looks okay. He ate a whole bunch of them.
Can Mackinac even get sick? I am unsure.
Can Mackinac even eat anything?
You can pretend to eat things.
Comes in handy when things aren't that delicious. You're Mackinac.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure a robot that cannot die would not get sick from eggs.
Okay, so Feraldes gives you a nod in Lenry's direction there, and you guys head out and step beyond the shop. And as you guys kind of wander out, you're going for the guard captain, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You guys are able to get to the guard captain, making your little trek across town. And when you get outside, you find, much like they do in the mornings, there's some people running drills, and the captain seems to be sort of standing nearby and just watching people who are in duels with wooden weapons and whatnot. And he steps over to you as you approach and says, my old friends, how are you?
Ragnar,
Hello.
good to see you. I'll give him a salute.
He gives you a nod. What brings you to my guardhouse? No trouble, I hope.
Well, no.
Nothing we know of yet, at least.
Hmm.
How have things been? We've unfortunately had a bit of a skip.
Things have been good. The city has, well, we used that book that you got way back, and crime has been at an all-time low in Vossnux. There's also much less talk of the Jackknife Gang, though nobody's come and claimed the reward just yet, so not entirely sure what's happening. But things have been good.
It's a shame. I wanted to claim that bounty myself.
They could still be there. I'm just getting less reports of them. It could also be that it's already been dealt with and word has yet to reach the city. But regardless, seems at least it's a little bit more safe on the roads.
Well, that's good to hear.
So,
Heard word of perhaps an attack down south.
hmm.
Any truth to that?
Yes. It seems that the 1T are becoming restless. Nothing we can't handle, though. Their attack was repelled.
Well, we were very thankful. Attacks like that are why I don't want to speak for Colcoat, but I have personally reconsidered the deal of joining the armed guard or the soldiers.
A personal vendetta, then?
I believe
Less
it's something that we all feel the same way. It's quite apparent that some strange occurrences have started to happen, and we don't know what, but there are some strange goings on in the world, and, well, figured this was a good opportunity to take the time that we are here to do what we can to help.
I see. Well, unfortunately, that offer has already been taken up. I got some of my finest men and sent them away, and, well, it seems that ship has sailed. I'm sorry.
It's fine. We did take far too much time in coming to a decision. Our apologies.
If you're looking for work in town, though, there's not a whole lot. Like I said, most of my guards have kind of easy work these days, I guess you could say. Not much in thievery, some petty stuff here and there, but nothing like it was before.
Well, that is good news, but we're definitely not looking to do any small-time stuff.
Fair enough.
We could always see with others about employment.
You see Ragraf turns away from your conversation for a moment to momentarily yell at one of the guards, telling him to keep his guard up higher, and then kind of turns back to you all. He says, so is there anything else that you were looking for?
Yes, I am unfamiliar with how the, legal system works here. I would like to pay bail for an old friend of mine that got himself caught up in something he shouldn't have. Or just to check if he's even still alive.
Well, do you have his name? We can certainly go and look through the records.
Razaz. He's human, about my age.
That does sound familiar. Here, let's go inside.
He'll follow him.
Okay. He calls and has some other guard kind of take his post as he goes in, and after getting to a stack of papers, starts to go through some parchment. And the whole process takes a few minutes. Do you guys chat about anything in the meantime?
Would Colcoat chat about anything? I don't think Earl would start a conversation.
I feel like I might have just got distracted by the people doing training drills.
Sure.
And just kind of just watching that.
Okay. Yeah, you just stare out the window and watch people doing drills and whatnot.
Making comments when they screw stuff up.
And eventually he pulls out a piece of paper and he goes, this is it. And he lists to you a bunch of features about what the guy looks like, and it sounds exactly like he's describing your friend. Is that him?
Yes, that should be him.
Well, he's been released. I remember this one. Kind of, no discipline, I guess.
That's one way I'd put it.
He's been released. He served his time in the dungeon. Looks like he was in there for about 50 days. Some petty thievery fessed up to the whole thing, so he wasn't away for too long. It says here... Oh, I remember now. Yeah, we enrolled him in the military as a way of getting out of the rest of his sentence.
Oh?
It seems that he's been shipped off to Cruxiat, if this paper's right, and my records generally are.
This is definitely news to me.
Given the way things are going, and the recent attack, I'd say if you want to find your friend, well, the assailed fort's probably the place to look.
Well, in a way, this is ideal. It's exactly what I wanted him to. Not be in a dungeon and working for something greater than himself. Thank you.
It's no problem. Hopefully he doesn't cause any trouble at the academy. If he does, they're not gonna be as lenient as we are.
He just gives him a nod. Well, I think that is all I wanted to talk with you about. Thank you.
It's no problem. If any other opportunities come up, I'll be sure to keep you guys in mind. You've had a bit of a change of heart on that?
Yes. I would say so.
Interesting. So it's the Yuan-Ti that have brought you to the nation's side.
No, it was... It's definitely a contributing factor, but more way to protect Vossenux.
Well, I can't imagine Vossenux being in danger of anything like that, but it's good to know that your heart's in the right place. There's not much need for new guards right now, especially the city, with the way it is and crime being at an all-time low. But there's always a need for new soldiers if you wanted to head to Cruxiat and join up. I'd happily give your group a letter of recommendation if that was the case.
Colco, what are your thoughts?
With soldiers like these guys here, their form is terrible. We're much better than these guys, no offense.
Earl just gives a nod. Their weapons are inefficient as well.
I would certainly say you'd be treated differently, likely due to my letter and also the particular nature of your group. And he kind of gives you like a knowing look.
Yes, we're quite deadly.
I'm not sure what they'd have in store for you. You'd have to ask, but I don't think that you'd be paired up with men like these, if at all.
It's definitely something to consider.
Yes, we'll be sure to let you know if we end up venturing south.
He
At
gives
this
you a
point,
nod.
not quite 100% sure what our plan may be. But if you need us, we will be in town.
He gives you guys a smile and says, well, good. Maybe something will come of this yet. And he kind of extends a handshake over to you guys and says, well, I should get back out there. Hope your day goes well.
You as well. takes his hand.
Okay. You guys shake, and he wanders back out, and you guys head out of the building and kind of step away from the guardhouse. The sound of people fighting with wooden sticks can still be heard from behind you. What do you want to do?
Well, Colcoat, before we set out on the grand expedition for the Golden Dart, I'd rather train up a bit. My skill was great, but it was not as great as I wanted it to be up against those frogs.
Ah.
I don't know how yet, Earl, but well, the description of that jungle, I don't like it. I don't want to get lost. I don't know how, but there's a way, some way to figure out some kind of portal that you can use to get out so that we don't get lost. I'm going to figure it out. Don't know how, and that's how we're going to get your dart.
I can respect that. An obsession is a useful tool.
I guess for now, perhaps head back to the shop and Mac and I, while we're around, maybe we can learn a thing or two from Kip. Perhaps help with the assembly in any way.
Yes.
I do believe he has a lot of knowledge to offer us. In addition, though, I do have a few things I'd like to pick up before we head back to the shop.
Well, of course, lead the way, Mackinac.
Alright. Solution.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to essentially buy, like, what would it be? Just like raw metal that I can forge into like that sort of like metal grate that we can kind of cover the front window with.
Ah.
So that, we don't have issues with people, throwing bricks through our window in the night or breaking in,
I'd say that's probably, for both the windows, you're looking at like 20 gold of scrap metal.
Oh, how much scrap metal to like fortify the back room metal walls?
Metal walls?
And also, can you
metal
dig into
everything.
like the wall behind, or is it like a no, don't go there?
It's
I
just
feel
stone.
like we'd lose the deposit if we did that.
It's
Can you dig into it?
it's a stone wall.
Can you
so
excavate?
yeah, you could potentially dig into there.
So
Oh
I mean,
my
like
God,
we
create a
can,
fortress.
mechanics-wise, do we know, is that considered a poor idea by the city of Vasanox because we'd be like going to somebody else's shop or something?
I would say that, yeah, given that you're the one who inherited this place, Mackinac, you know that it can be done, but the city has to sign off on it, because there's some spots where if you just start digging, you're going to cause a huge problem for everybody.
Right.
So they have to come, see if it's okay, and then give you the, give you the go-ahead, and then it's all right.
Okay, so one thing at a time. I'll just try to get some metal to just reinforce the walls back in there with metal in case there's like a small explosion.
For no reason. No reason at all.
Yeah, I think we're gonna build that so that we can kind of cover up the windows when we need to, at night or whatever. And then
Okay.
can I upgrade my mace into a Morning Star, or would that have to be like a new weapon?
Upgrade your mace into a Morning Star.
Yes.
I would say you could do that with the forge that you guys have. It'll take time, of course, but you could do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems like we have time, so.
Okay. I would say that that's going to cost roughly about... It depends on how much metal you're talking for the back room, because it is like a, like a 40 or 50 foot section of wall, right, that you want to reinforce with metal. So to get like just pounded sheet metal for that,
We could do like maybe 2/3. So 2/3 is like where we can tinker with stuff, and then the other is just storage behind it.
Sure. I'd say you're looking at like maybe 40 gold to get that.
If that's it, I mean, I'm good paying that. You guys?
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa.
yeah, sorry. I dropped one of my dice.
Who's doing the talking here for these supplies?
Probably Mackinac, I think.
Okay. Would you haggle at all, Mackinac?
It depends how reasonable I'm heckling with would be. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, my dying children, please. It would be more of like if the guy's trying to like jip me out of a price, I'd be like, I'm sorry, that's far too much.
Ah, okay. So you guys get a good price. and the total quote for all this scrap metal, the 20 for you and the 40 for Colcoat, is actually pretty close to what you'd expect. So instead of haggling, you just take a good price and head off, and a couple of not stable hands, but like worker boys at the shop will kind of carry the metal over and help you guys get the load of this salvage over to your place. So you guys return back to your house, and you now have all this scrap metal that can potentially be turned into something.
All right. That was 60 total, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody else subtract that, or shall I?
I just took it off.
Okay, perfect.
What are the party funds at right now?
450.
450.
And 13 platinum.
Does this include all of our individual gold, or is this just total party funds?
If you have individual gold, that's probably separate from that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just money in the safe kind of thing.
Alright, yeah, because I know I have 56 gold on my person still.
So you guys are doing okay.
We're doing all right.
So you guys return back. It's, morning's going by, afternoon will be upon you soon. And when you return to the shop with all this scrap metal and everything, Fraildast looks over to you guys coming in through the door and says, "Oh, what's all that for?"
We're going to be making some minor alterations to the shop for security and safety purposes.
Oh, okay.
If he's fine with that.
So you guys come into the shop here with all these supplies and go to... are you going to set out with the building right away?
I'm going to take a look, though, at what Kip's done on the airship.
Yeah, get the update from him.
Ah, okay. You can see that the engines that he has at the back there are cleaned up. So he's got the two of them there, and the third one is gone, and it's nowhere to be seen. Ever since the wreck, it just was too damaged to hold on to. And the two that remain, however, look like they're in good condition, and they're kind of just sitting there alone at the back of the storage room.
I'll walk over after we finish kind of unloading the things before we start working. Kip, well, we do have a few minor projects in the shop now we will be doing. Would you require assistance to further repair your airship?
Sadly, nope. I know what it needs, though, but the parts are a little bit pricey. Kind of out of my range.
I see.
So.
Is it possible we could manufacture the parts ourselves and save costs?
No. Well, I mean, you could, but no. I mean, if you boys get a hold of some arcane distal, we could try and do it, but I mean...
Well, where do we get that?
Well, to be honest, you can see it coming into Vosnux sometimes, but a lot of the time, you're gonna be finding it up north.
Up north. Where?
Kazatov, they have a whole bunch, and Solsland. Those are the two main spots.
That's very, very far.
Yep, it makes its way down here, and, well, a lot of the time in Kazatov, they'll just manufacture the parts ahead of time and send them down. Sometimes you get the raw stuff here, but even just that is expensive, and I'd rather just have somebody else make it. Though, if you guys think you got the stuff, you could try it.
I am interested in learning the process. It would be very useful.
Well, the first thing you need to know is, you're gonna need somebody who's good at tinkering. You're gonna need an artificer. You're gonna need a skilled blacksmith. And you can't be afraid of explosions.
Well, he can blacksmith, I can tinker, and we both almost died in an explosion. I think we're good.
Yeah, well, if you get your hands on some, I'll tell you what to do as best I can. I know what parts I need, so I can help you out there.
Well, get distill or get already made parts. Guess it's on the to-do list.
I mean, the distil's gonna be cheaper, but it's not gonna be as easy to get. When that stuff gets over here, it's already spoken for. And buyers are always already lined up, so you're gonna have to find somebody that doesn't mind selling some of what they got,
Well, maybe Favechi sometimes comes into possession of it.
Yeah, he gets some weird stuff, but he mostly just sells, like, pretty items to nobles.
Or weird items to Catman Robotics.
Yeah, and... Yeah.
It's still I don't really want to touch it, but if I shake my bag, is that... I don't really want to talk about it. Is that box in there?
Yes,
Does
you
it
can
feel
still
like
feel
it's
it.
in there? Okay, I
Yep,
don't know.
when you move your bag, you can feel it there.
Well, changing topics quickly. Is there anyone that we could do a job for to get money to either purchase the items ourselves or maybe get a favor? He's just addressing this to Colcoat and the rest of the group, not really Coat.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like there's much going on right now. I suppose we could speak to Favechi and see if there's anyone he knows that could use some assistance. We don't really have many other higher business contacts. At least not yet.
Mm-hmm. There's always the option of just going down to Crooks yet, but that seems a little counterintuitive if we're working on the airship.
But Kip, how much is it going to cost for the parts that you need?
Well, market moves around here and there, but I'm expecting one of them should be about 200, and the other one I'm looking at about 800.
Well, that's not too terrible, but
Yeah,
definitely need to make some more money.
I can probably do the installation myself, but I'm still paying off the whole resurrection thing to Favechi.
Well, Machinar, for now, do you want to just get these improvements done to the shop?
Yes, I believe that would be the correct course of action.
Hey, Kip, we're going to put some bars on the windows so that it's a little safer and
Well,
install some steel walls in the back room.
Did we ever end up getting a better lock for the door?
I guess that would also be on the list, but we have to find somebody to install it.
Yeah.
First we could, but so we want to manufacture our own lock.
I would say you'd be quoted at like 20 gold to get a lock that has a DC of 10. For 15, you're looking at like 50 gold, and for 20, it goes up pretty well to probably about like 200 gold for a lock like that.
Is the regular one just 10? Like, we already have just standard locks, right?
I thought we had.
I think yours is 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yours
okay.
is worth like 50 gold. It's a decent lock, It's a step
Very
above
fine.
the average.
I think the front door was 10.
Yeah.
Like the back door one was 15.
Yeah, 15 for context would be something that like a skilled thief could get through. A 10 would be like a mediocre, like run-of-the-mill thief could get through.
Okay. So I mean,
Could we hire someone to cast Arcane Lock on it, or is that not common knowledge to have magical defenses like that?
I would say that, given you guys and your strange backgrounds, you would probably know that there's magic which can lock stuff. So, you could potentially do that, but you're going to have to pay somebody to do that repeatedly. Unless it's just
okay.
like a one-time thing where you're like, we're going out of town, go ahead and cast that, then you'd probably be looking at just like a couple gold.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not that worried. We've got 2 people that live in the shop, and well, crime has been cleaned up quite a bit in the last while. I'm not too worried.
Yeah. Just always good to figure out our options at least.
Okay. Now, at this time, Dominic, are you there?
Yep.
You've been seated at the tavern and eating for probably about an hour, and it's getting to that time where you feel like you've kind of been, at your current seat for a bit long. Would you like rent a room or wander town or check on the place again? Like, what's your plan?
I would probably drop another copper piece as thanks. Tell the bartender that if if he knows where Catman Robotics is, just to double check that it's the right location, and then take my leave to go check and see if they're back.
Okay. He confirms your suspicions, and you're like, okay, yep, no, that was the right spot. And you head out and wander over towards the shop. Now, at this point, the doors have been, changed. The signs have flopped over. You guys are open. The blinds have been brought up, and it also kind of looks rather busy in there since you guys are now taking this raw metal and, smelting some of it down and pounding it out into sheets, as well as like trying to, roll it up for bars and all that. And it's just a whole bunch of clanging and loud noises. And at some point, you come upon this shop here, and it's much different than when you first went by, Dominic. As you're coming up to it now, you can hear a whole multitude of loud metallic noises pounding from beyond the wall. What do you want to do? You can see as well that what looks to be a strange motley crew in there. There's somebody who's laying on a couch sleeping with a blanket on them. Another guy who looks like a human kind of wandering about the shop. There's a tabaxi over there who's working a large machine, and next to him is a simulacrum doing the same. And you also see what looks like a gnome with like demon horns, kind of, who's like wandering around and... or sorry, not... I don't think he has demon horns, wasn't it like
Tiefling horns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like...
Yeah.
Basically, he's got demon horns, and what looks to be like a half-elf who's there as well, and he looks like he's doing some work around the shop, too. There's like a whole gang of people in there.
Just, is the door open or not?
The door's not open, but there is an open sign above it.
I'll just, do 3, solid knocks, and then slowly open the door and just... hello?
Hello.
Do I have the pleasure of addressing Catman Robotics?
Yeah.
What are you
Yes.
selling?
Well, currently, services. And maybe partnership.
Parts?
I was
Like
hoping-
airship parts?
We
Can
could
I look
use
at the
more
iron?
Tuesday
Can I look at
dark.
the iron that they're using currently?
Sure.
Does it look like quality iron, like that is Kazatov?
Oh, I would say from a glance you can't quite tell, but it doesn't really look like it. Your gut feeling tells you that it's probably not the best. At least not what you're used to.
Well, I have nothing to sell right now, but I can assure you, I can tell that the iron that you're currently working with could be better. Anyway, I was just
We just
hoping I
spent
might
60
strike up.
gold on this armor and you're telling us it sucks? Mackinac,
Oh,
I thought you
it
had
might not
this.
suck, friend, but it could be better. I have been sent here by a dear friend. Says that you are businessmen of a certain caliber.
Was it the lugs?
No, I have heard of them as well, but no, it's by my dear friend Fovechi.
At this point, Fraildas is kind of like leaning over to you, Mackinac, and he's like, "Is that how you're supposed to talk to customers? 'Cause I don't talk to them like that."
It appears to be an unusual business tactic.
Oh, And he gives you like a nod and keeps watching.
Well, we are very interested in. I'm sorry. You're selling services, or you?
More or less. I'm seeing if there was any space in this rather interesting crew for one such as myself. I've recently found myself wandering around and in need of purpose.
Earl is gonna look him up and down. Does he have any darts on him?
Do you have any darts on you, Dominic?
The only thing that is on me is fine clothing and a shield and a quiver full of arrows on my back. But that's it. No sword, no bow, nothing.
Your
No darts.
weaponry seems quite inefficient. Why would we need someone such as yourself to join us?
Oh, well, what weaponry would you recommend?
He flicks out a dart and just wait. Actually, that's a huge explosion. Never mind. I'm not going to use that.
Shatter all the windows.
He's just gonna make it do the little faint orange glow with the bursting dart.
Okay.
Hold it out. This,
All
my
right,
friend,
I think
this
I
is
could-
a weapon.
Alright, I think I could attempt that, and I'll just hold out my hand and make a dart in it.
How do you make a dart in your hand?
Using Pact of the Blade. I can conjure any weapon
Oh,
with my improved Pact weapon invocation.
Ah,
oh
I
man,
see.
Earl perks up. Just oh,
We need this guy.
yes, I'm on board. Cold
It's,
coat.
it's
Feel
lighter
like-
than most, but this is certainly interesting.
How do you
You'll
know our
have to show me
friend
how to use
Fabechi?
Well, when I was a child, he came to visit. He's a businessman above all others. And, that being said, we don't take kindly to merchants where I'm from. Usually they just want what we have. But
What
Fabechi was
kind?
another kind.
Where are you from?
Gazatov. So that's why I can tell the
Ah,
iron
that's
that
the
you're using.
place. Can you get this arcane distill?
Well, anything
being-
is possible, but usually taking it from the city, that's usually more expensive.
You would know from
Fetch is
your
good stuff. I like this guy already.
you would know from your
Yes.
life back in Kazatov that the mines that produce arcane distal, they are very coveted, and a few important noble families own them. You would probably be familiar with the names and the people you would need to talk to get a hold of that.
It would take some time, and it would take long amounts of persuasion, most likely wine. But it's possible. Anything's possible if you know how to talk to the right people.
I suppose I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize. So what is it that brings you to this neck of the woods, to our fair little town of Vosnex?
Well, the fact that there was innovation here. If there was not one thing in Kazatov that I knew that there was iron, there was metalwork, and there was great bounty to be had. It was the fact that of that place wasn't pushing it enough. That's what Vosnex feels like it has, especially what I've been told by Favechi, especially by what he's proven to me. Especially, and if I see Mackinac in the background, I'm just get pointing at him, her, it, whatever.
You have heard of my smithing skills.
Not necessarily yours, friend, but you're kind. You're infrequent around the rest of the world. You're a great wonder, great mystery, and honestly, a great sight to see that has proven that this city is filled with great things.
Yes, Mackinac is a miracle. Praise Titan.
Praise Titan indeed.
I am.
Oh, so you like Titan?
Well, gods are gods, and I'm willing to praise any of them as long as they keep their business and I keep my business. And as long as we can coexist, fine with me.
Oh, you'd probably like Titan then. He kind of stays out of our affairs. We don't bug him, he doesn't bug us. We get things like Mackinac. It works out.
Sounds like my kind of god. Well, gentlemen.
So,
let's
how's
open
your
that can...
throwing
Pardon?
arm? Your throwing arm. Now,
Well, do you
he
have...
points to a wall.
Alright,
Throw that dart.
is there any bullseye I can see?
He probably, I assume Earl just throws his darts at like a specific part.
There's a ruined portion of the wall with just little dart markings in it.
Well, it's been a while since I've ever thrown this, but I'll give it a shot for you, my friend.
Make
Don't
a
think that
ranged
is-
attack roll.
Alright. That is a 24.
He hits the bullseye across the room.
That is most impressive.
Thank you.
I'm sold. He gets my vote if this is a vote thing. I'm not quite sure.
Do you do anything besides the darts?
That's...
And I'll let the dart disappear, and I'll lift up a bow that appears in my hand. I have a full arsenal.
He's losing my interest.
Lenry rolls over in her nightmarish sleep. She has a horrible dream of a party that has 2 dart masters.
Earl just lets out a sigh and sort of walks over to another room.
Actually, Lucian, that was one question I had. Am I able to summon firearms or no?
Oh, interesting. I would say unless you really wanted that to be part of your kit, it's probably more complex than what you could conjure into existence.
That's fair, because I don't plan on using it, but just cool idea. Because the improved packed weapon is I can use any packed weapon. Can conjure short bow, long bow, light, or heavy crossbow.
Interesting. I'd say with some time and some learning, you could maybe do a proper firearm.
I'll just start swapping between different weapons, just going through full arsenal. I'm handy with most of these, as long as they're in my hand. I have been given a decent gift.
I guess that's okay. I guess I was expecting more of a wow factor, but
As he's just shifting between like having a lance, having a greatsword, whip, long, heavy, like.
I live with a robot, right? Look at this little guy. Look, and I'll point at Kip.
A strange gnomish creature with demonic features turns to you and goes, "Hey."
Hello to you, sir. Well, what I'm here for is not a wow factor. I appreciate the sentiment, but my purpose, well, it's to find purpose. And as long as I can get the job done, the performance is not necessary.
Well, Mackinac or Earl, what do you think? Do you want to bring him on as an intern? See how he does?
Well, he's certainly proven himself to be quite capable. An intern would be insulting.
Favechi has also instructed me to show you this as well, and I'll just turn around, lift my hair up, and show the mark on the back of my neck.
Oh.
He says that you'll be all quite understanding of my complications.
What is that thing? I've never seen it before.
Wait. Colcoat, are you serious?
Just kind of like
that,
nudge Earl, like, shh.
I see. Oh,
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
11. Just straight 11.
You pick up on the jest.
Well, regardless, I hope you don't mind a bit of a jump from time to time.
Well, if
No.
Avechi was trusted you enough to tell you, or for you to tell him, and for him to tell you about us, well, that's enough for me. Earl Mackinac.
We could always use another person skilled in the art of combat. I say go for it.
What do you say, Mackinac?
I do warn you, sir, that we unfortunately find ourselves in dangerous situations on a unusually frequent basis. You may be required to defend yourself.
Or perhaps die.
That is more than fine. I had traveled quite a distance to get here. That inn and bar is not the safest place, nor is it any place I would like to ever call home. The distance was far and the travel was indeed treacherous, so I'm alright with risking what I have.
Did you come to the Orange Land at all?
No, sadly no. I do wish to visit at some point, but I've never been there myself.
If you ever go, just see how my family's doing.
Well, maybe a trip is in order. But for now, gentlemen, do I have your company and do you have mine?
Yes, of
I
course.
believe you are within our company.
Welcome aboard to Catman Robotic.
Yay!
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
You don't get to
And
be in the name yet.
That's more than fine. I appreciate the sentiment regardless. However, what I do have is just... I don't necessarily know if I should call it entry fee or if I should call it investment. But regardless, I do have 50 gold, and do you mind if I actually do look at that metal now?
Well, by all means.
And yeah, I'll take 50 gold off of mine, put it into Catman.
Okay.
Oh. And then yeah, can I go inspect the metal?
Sure. You can make an
my
investigation or perception check.
Okay. Both of those are trash. Hey, 16.
Okay. You know from your time growing up in Kazatov that this metal has a number of impurities in it. You don't know what their purpose is, what it is that they're working it into right now, but it's not something you would want to use for, like, high-grade machinery, I guess you could say. And, in Kazatov, they take that kind of stuff very seriously. It's like, ironworking is sort of like a sacred thing up there.
I'm just gonna like scratch at it with my nail and just go, what are you, excuse me if I'm allowed to say this, what are we using this for currently?
Well, we are going to reinforce the windows.
Alright, fair enough.
A back wall.
Yes, in the back room, to protect the shop in case there's any explosions.
Explosions might be an issue. It might not have the structure that you'd be looking for, but as far as keeping those you don't want in out, do wonders. But as far as explosions, there might be complications to the purity.
Well, it'll have to do for now. I will just get another ladder and double it up later.
Fair enough. You seem to be the experts. I'll trust your judgment.
To be fair, I'm not really the expert. We spent the money already. I got to do something with it.
Fair enough, friend.
We could always just make more darts out of that metal. I say it's
Some
worth
hard
the
arts,
investment.
though.
I guess you pose a fair point.
Well,
Tell
if
me.
you're mechanically... Oh, sorry, Earl.
Oh, I was gonna say, with your knowledge of ironworking, do you think it would be possible to work out the impurities in the metal for installation?
Would I?
Do you have blacksmith tools
I don't. I
or
do
proficiency?
No, I have proficiency in just. It only gave me dragon chess. And it was like, that's not really useful.
Ah, okay.
I was hoping I was gonna ask you about that, but
Oh, do you want to switch it?
yeah, I was hoping to put it into blacksmithing or into something related to iron because of Kazatov.
I'd be okay with that if you want to swap it.
All right, cool.
So you don't have the tools, but you would be able to do this if you had a forge.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just. Well, I don't necessarily carry around all the tools on me. I'm not exactly the strongest of fellows, but if you gave me the right tools and gave me some time, I might be able to help you out.
I look to Mackinac.
We do have proper facilities here.
Well, if you'd have me, I'd be very appreciative if I was able to go in and try this out. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I just realized my complete and utter disrespect to you all. My name, Dominic Salvador von Vosquera and Theodor Blackheart. I
Jesus.
realize that this is a bit of a mouthful. Blame my mother. Please just call me Dominic Blackheart. It is, once again, a pleasure to make all of your acquaintance.
I'm the cat, he's the man, point to Earl, and he's the robotics.
Perfect.
Yes, this is true.
I'll learn more with time. Anyway, if you'd have me, yes, I'll speak my way through it to explain the process. But one who has such skill as yourselves will probably pick up on it faster than I will be able to purify it.
Well, yes, please teach. We are sponges for your knowledge.
Well, you may teach them. I have far more important things to attend to.
Dart throwing?
How did you know?
I had a funny feeling. I feel like we'll get along, friend.
He
All right.
chuckles to himself a bit and walks off.
All right, let's get started then.
So for the next little while, your group kind of piles around and starts to work on this, and I need blacksmith rolls and tinker rolls from whoever is going to be involved. And I'll say that Fraildas and Kip will probably help you out as there's no other work, and they'll just kind of join along.
What does one add to blacksmith
20.
rolls?
Nice, nice.
That would be tinkers. I can't do the blacksmith stuff.
Okay.
What do you do for
Blacksmith
black-
is strength, I believe.
So, is
No.
that 18 for blacksmith?
That's an 11.
Okay. He's not particularly fast. Maybe it's just the time he's been on the road. But you guys find that Dominic is a little bit slower than you guys when it comes to working the metal and everything. However, he does seem to have some insight and some knowledge that you guys don't. And when he shows you kind of how to refine the metal here and come up with a better product, it does eventually pan out. And you guys kind of learn a little bit along the way. And through most of the day, coming up towards the evening, manage to get all these parts kind of worked out. And Colcoat, with your 20 there, you know, you're working like a machine, for lack of a better term. And you guys finish all of the window bars and manage to install them by the end of the day. And the plating looks like you can probably finish it sometime tomorrow.
And just look at them. See, I told you. You're all fantastic. If I have the theory, but I'll leave the rest to you. I was never good with the tools, but just ask me for information. I'm happy to provide it.
That's good. You just you be good with the brains. We'll be good with the tools.
The brains is kind of a bit much as well, but anyway.
So as the evening rolls around, you guys are in your shop here, and when the sign closes, right, and you guys kind of flip, and shop is coming to an end here. Fraildas turns to a group and says, "Whew, well, if we're done, I'm gonna go and get something to eat and wander into town if you guys are okay with that."
You're your own man, Freldis. Do as you will.
Alright, well, I just didn't know if you wanted more help or anything. But yeah, I'll be back later.
Alright, thanks for asking, Freildas. Take care.
He heads out the door and starts wandering down the street.
By the way, sorry for asking, but would there be anywhere I could put my pack? I have a couple things in here. It's more or less just I don't feel like leaving it at your door any longer. Your door. Iffy.
Ah, valuables. Yes.
Not necessary.
The back room.
Sentimentals.
Yes, we've got some stuff in the back. You can put it in the safe we've got back there.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'll head towards the safe and I'll just be like, this is just kind of adventurer's gear. I'll leave this off to the side.
Okay.
And then I'll, in the safe, be like, would anyone be able to open this for me very quickly?
I'm not sure if we fixed the lock on it or not. Mackinac?
Wait, fix the lock on what?
Like, can we get in and out of that safe? Or did we just, put it back together?
I thought we put it back together and we still needed to, make a key at some point.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have a key for it.
I think it's just locked in there right now. There's no key yet. It's a long story.
Okay.
Needless to say, the stuff inside is very, very safe.
Well, that's good to know regardless.
It's so safe even we can't have it.
Oh, wait, how did I miss this? What happened with the save?
You guys, you got it
This
from
was
a
the
job or
session I
something.
died, I'm pretty sure, as guys.
You got it from Falone's little hideout there, right?
Oh,
and then
right.
the key wasn't there. So you guys just were like, okay, we'll take the safe and use it. And you guys, rebuilt it or whatever, but never got a key.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, I remember. I thought we, broke a key or something, but we just never had it in the first place.
Mackinac is the key. It's the complicated key.
Yeah, it just takes an hour to take it to unlock it.
So it's pretty late in the day at this point?
Yeah, the evening's coming on. It doesn't exactly get dark in Vostonox, but you can hear that, the sounds of regular day activity are starting to die down a bit.
Well, I don't know what the rest of you have planned, but I might turn in for the night and get started on the walls tomorrow and finish that up.
No further plans myself. Might as well turn in.
Fair enough. If there's a spot for me, if there's not, I can go find an inn. But there's a spot for me. I like to
just
turn in as
find
well.
some empty floor.
Fair enough.
If he starts walking towards where I sleep, I immediately drive. No, that's my spot. You don't go there.
You sleep on the floor?
I don't really know where we all sleep, just kind of wherever.
Yeah, I imagine that there's probably spots on the floor and the random furniture that you guys use.
I have a very specific barrel that I sleep next to that's filled with all my darts, and at the bottom has all my gold.
What would the time be like? Would it be late enough where there would be no shops open, or just a couple of shops open? Maybe
There'd probably still be some shops open. It's probably 7 or something.
I just Actually, quickly, before we head in, would anyone be able to guide me towards the general shop, just as a personal thing?
Ah, yes, there's a good one fairly close. And I don't know exactly where that would be, but wherever we usually shop, that's where I'm directing.
Sure. Are you two gonna go and do some shopping?
I'm just gonna, yeah, quickly go out.
Okay.
Yeah, I can walk him over there.
So the two of you leave the shop and start to wander the evening streets, the different lanterns lighting everything. You guide your way as you make it over to this general shop where you do most of your business. And the shop owner is very familiar with you guys since you do most of your shopping there. Gives you a wave, and you can see the place is very well stocked. There's a good deal of adventuring gear and home goods and things like that all over the place.
Just along the way, I'd be like, I'm sorry. I've can't say I've ever met a tabaxi before. My hometown, I'm an oddity as being partially elven. So if
It's
there's
much
any
too cold up north. We don't like the cold weather. We like the warm desert.
Fair enough.
Even here it
Yeah.
can get a little bit too cold for me, but
The cold you can
I like
get
the
used to.
technology.
That's fair. The cold you get used to. It's something of an acquired taste, almost. But anyway, if there's anything that I can be accommodative towards, or if you find out of the norm, just let me know, as I don't mean to offend.
I do not like to get my coat dirty. That is about the only thing you need to worry about.
Fair enough. I came from a family that decided that was faux pas as well. Anyway,
We're quite the informal group, if you had not noticed.
to each their own, and to their own their each. As long as family exists, I'm happy.
Yes, if you're ever in Orisuren, well, if you meet a tabaxi there, they're probably related to me.
I'll keep it in mind. Colcolt it was, yes?
Yes, just mention my name. They should give you a warm welcome.
I'll ask for the Coat family then.
Oh, it's all of them, don't worry. There's
Okay. Are we at the shop, perchance?
Yes,
Yeah,
we get
for
there.
sure.
This is our shop of choice. We go here for most of our business.
Alright. Alright, Aleutian.
Mhm.
Would they have, I don't know, wool or some sort of cot bedding? I don't know, like, en masse, like, just raw wool.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd say they would.
Alright. How
Probably,
much would you say?
depending on how much you want, like a big bushel would probably run you like maybe 5 gold pieces.
Alright. I'd probably grab 3 of those.
Okay.
And then for hay, how much would hay be? Like, just maybe like a fucking big cube of it. I don't know.
I would say that you don't find any hay here.
Oh, okay. And like straw or anything? Just loose.
You probably would have seen like stables up on the surface when you made it into the city, but there's nothing like that down here. So you'll have to actually pay to go up if you want to go and get that.
All right. And then the final thing would be just cloth. It doesn't have like just. I'd say. How much would like a decent sheet of cloth be? Like a bed's worth?
Oh, pretty cheap. Probably like maybe 5 silver.
All right. I'd get in total. I'd say so. The 5 bundles of wool would probably be 15, and then I'd say enough cloth sheeting to even it out just to be 20 gold total. And then I'd try just talking a little bit just to see like if the price is at all negotiable, and if he doesn't seem to budge at all, I'd just leave it alone.
Sure. You can make a persuasion roll.
All right. It's 10.
Yeah, he seems pretty firm on the prices. Looking to buy all the cotton and the bedding there. He says, yeah, I can take like 3 silver off, that kind of thing.
And if you take that 3 silver off, I'd still pay it, because, friend, you're quite generous. Thank you.
The plump man behind the general store counter gives you a smile and a nod, and packs your stuff up for you.
Alright. So 20 gold off. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And this, Coco, as I referenced before while we were working with the iron, not the strongest of men. Would you be able to help me out?
Oh,
There
jeez,
might
we
be-
should have brought Mackinac. But yeah, I guess I can help you out.
Well, luckily this isn't too heavy, and I may have bought a little bit too much. I only need part of this. If you need any of this to make a comfier accommodation for yourself, please help yourself. I just want to make a little piece of home.
I reach out and I grab the wool. Like, how soft does this feel?
It's pretty soft.
I mean, sleep on this? Yes. I think I have to sleep on this. It's so soft.
I'll just need a third of it, but the rest you can have, but maybe divvy up half of it with someone. It looks like Earl Lebald slept against
Against the barrel, yes.
Yeah, maybe give a tiny bit to him for a neck rest. That can't be comfortable.
He seems to like it. As long as he's throwing darts, he's a very happy guy.
The crick in his neck would probably hinder him from throwing darts eventually. Just a tiny bit.
He just hasn't killed a man for a while. He's got the itch.
That's a strange itch, but regardless, there's enough cloth here and bedding for three beds worth of wool and about 6 beds worth of cloth. We'll probably
Well,
just take a third of each. Anyway,
Let's
head
get
back.
it back to the shop. And I'll do my best to grab a bunch and help carry back.
Okay. You guys make your way back and lug this stuff back into the shop there, and the rest of the gang is kind of, winding down for the evening.
As we enter, I hope you don't mind the extravagancies, but I've gotten used to a soft bed. The road has been hard on it.
Look, you guys, we need to get rich. Look how soft this is. This is the life.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about?
I like to think there's a literal pile of darts that Erlebald uses as like a little pillow on the ground. He moves and looks over. It sounds like a bunch of pencils falling everywhere.
I'll just take a tiny chunk of wool and just look at him, look at the wall, kind of figuring out his style of person and try to form it in the shape of a dart and just wrap some wool, some cloth around it and just look, a dart pillow. There you go. That you have a bit of stiffness in your shoulders. It might help with your dart
He
throwing.
just takes it. This is terrible dark craftsmanship.
Yes,
This
but
material
great.
would never fly into the neck of an enemy.
No, but it would help your neck while you're throwing that dart. Fly some darts into the necks.
Do you want me to stick this dart into my neck? I'm very confused.
No, when you go to sleep, put your head on it and dream of darts. I'm not certain what you might dream of, but I'm certain it's darts.
Just nodding behind him.
Well, I appreciate the gesture.
Oh, you're very welcome. I appreciate everything that you have all given me.
Okay. So you guys go ahead and divvy this up and set about kind of getting this blanket filled up like a giant pillow, and you make a mattress and everything. And by the end of the night, you guys all kind of tuck in. Is there anything you want to do before going to bed?
When did Fraildas say he'd get back? I don't remember.
He just said he was going to step out and get something to eat, so you don't know when he's going to come back.
Is it would we know, is it usual for him to stay out full nights, or?
No, you guys are like absentee parents, right? Because you're gone for so long, so you don't actually
Yeah.
know what like a regular day is like for this guy.
I figured. Okay.
The one thing I would like to do is, in real life, go to the washroom real quick. Can we have a 5-minute break?
I think we could. 5 to 10 minute break, folks.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think we're probably just going to sleep right now. And then...
Sure. You guys tucking for the night, and Table Talk will take a brief break. We'll be back in a few, guys.
Thank you. Wants to touch the puzzle box.
Well, he did spend a whole bunch of money
Not
on
it.
it. Not it, he says.
So afraid of it.
Has Earl here ever gone into a puzzle box? I don't think Soup here has ever had a puzzle box adventure. You should send him in first.
I should have gone back and seen like what the events were before Wednesday got that mouse box, because that one didn't sound very good, and I don't think it was a really bad roll. So how much worse could it get inside this thing?
Gotta do your research. I'm gonna heat up some more tea. I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna grab a snack. I will also be right back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Need you to dial it back a little bit, please.
I'm excited. It's been so long. It's been so long.
What's our plan here, fam? Assuming we wake up and there's nothing happening.
Build ship.
Okay.
Decent
I
plan.
think, right? Like we don't have any like quest thing. So
Make the most of our time in town.
make the most of our time before something inevitably happens. Something will happen. I mean, is there anything else that we need, like personal equipment wise?
No. Like, I have no need for armor nor weapons.
I just need to make a better gun, but I need materials first.
Hmm.
So nothing pressing right now, I don't think.
No, we're in a pretty good spot.
I'm kind of worried about Frailness, to be honest.
Yeah.
In what way?
But, I mean, gotta let him do what he wants to do.
It was just an odd request.
Frailness, stay in this shop 24/7, don't leave. If anybody knocks on the
Yeah.
door, don't answer it. You just stay alive.
Yeah, it was more of just the way that Lucian had put it.
Mm.
Just like, paranoia!
I returned.
Welcome back.
Mercy.
Mercy.
Well, that was rather quick. Oh, wait a couple minutes.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we all here?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Relic.
I'm here.
Oh, hey. We are good to go. You guys want to start up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay. Laying down, now with a new mattress and some new companions. Dominic, you turn in for bed, and the rest of you find your usual spots, now with some additional increases in comfort. Perhaps it's the new supplies, or maybe just a day's work of being, incredibly involved with the machines and all, but you guys fall asleep with ease, and wake up feeling fine the next day. However, I do need a luck roll from somebody.
Last time I did that, it was
Wasn't done it.
Eternal
Relic.
luck. Oh, relic.
Relic.
Yeah.
You
Remember
guys
last
asked for
time?
You guys asked for it. You can't take it back now. Stop.
I thought I saw one, and I was like, there's an
It was
explosion from the
almost
back
one.
room.
I did think about the one.
Okay. You guys wake up the next day,
Explosion.
and thankfully, the calendar reports that it is merely the next day. It's the 5th of summer, and everybody is kind of in their place. The shop looks like it wasn't ransacked in the night. All is well. What do you guys want to
Fred
do?
in his place.
Fraildass is here.
Okay. I guess as soon as we're up, whenever Mac and I is ready to go, and Dominic will start working on the walls in the back.
Okay.
Sure.
You guys quickly get straight to work, and first thing there in the morning, go ahead and start doing all of this additional renovation. And I would say that putting up these sheets and bolting them against the walls probably takes you something like maybe about half of the day, leading up to the middle of the afternoon. You're getting peckish around lunchtime when you guys finish up, and most of the walls in the storage area are now sort of lined with this thin sheet of iron, which should hopefully keep them up if some sort of explosion happens.
Okay.
So the job well done, team. Some good modifications here.
It looks superb. Something that would belong in. Something that would belong back home.
Well, now that we're finished, mostly finished with this, what did we want to do next? McIntyre, do you think we could try to convince Kip to teach us a bit about the airship?
I have been thinking on that, and I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm all ears.
Smartcar's gonna walk over to where Kip is.
Sure. He's nearby, he helped you guys out once he woke up with all this stuff, and, sees you approach. Hey, McNar, what do you need?
The thought occurred to me, Kip, that while you are waiting for additional parts to refurbish the damaged and incomplete sections of your airship,
Uh-huh.
perhaps so much time idle might allow for parts to degrade over time. Would you like my assistance in ensuring that all of your parts are still intact and do not require additional repairs?
Well, I look over them like every day. I mean, I don't have anything else that I do, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Idea has failed.
Do you just, freeze in front of him?
No, I'm just like, I see.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a loading bar moment or something.
It's probably like a pause, oh, I thought that was a good idea. Oh well.
I'm only slightly hurt.
I don't have feelings to get hurt, but if I did, this would be that time.
Sad robot.
Kip, will we be able to watch you go over these inspections? There's a lot that we'd like to learn about airships.
I see how it is. Well... I could
You have a
maybe
wealth
show
of
you a thing or
knowledge,
two. Maybe.
Well, I know we'd both appreciate it, right, Mackinac?
Very much so, Cold.
Make a persuasion roll, the both of you.
Oh, I'm good at those.
What could possibly
Oh, that's
go wrong?
Sarcasm has backfired.
13.
Okay. Kip pauses for a moment and he goes, "Okay, fine. Here, I'll show you a couple things with the engine. They're a lot safer than the one that we lost." And he
Don't worry, we'll just look. We won't touch.
he wanders to the back room, and for the next little while, he'll kind of explain a few things to you guys. And over about the course of half an hour, outlines different parts and shows you their function and explains them to you as best he can. And he takes a couple of things off, but you notice that he doesn't really go like deep into the engine. You know, like he doesn't dismantle the whole thing for the purpose of showing you guys. And you come away learning some new stuff. Go ahead and make intelligence rolls, both of you.
Oh boy.
Okay.
16.
So you learn most of it.
Oh, relic.
Back to his old self.
It couldn't last. We all knew that.
Yeah. You managed to convince him to show you, but, you find that it's a little bit difficult to remember all the terms and everything, and you think that you might be able to understand better when you get the next set of lessons, like, if they kind of blend into each other. But right now, you kind of feel like it's a whole bunch of stuff, and you're not really sure how it all relates. And Coldcoat, you're doing all right. You managed to remember most of what he's explaining to you, and most of the parts on the outside, like the exterior of the engine, are now something that you feel like you aren't completely clueless on.
So I got the basics of the engine.
Yeah, well, basics of a portion of it.
Right.
Mackinac was just too excited about getting that much closer to Titan.
So, after that, eventually Kip just turns to you guys and goes, but that's about it, there's more stuff inside, but I don't really feel like cranking it open right now.
Well, fair enough. We appreciate that you took the time to at least show us this. It was quite insightful.
I mean, there's only so much you can learn looking at it. You really gotta... It's a hands-on sort of thing. I'd be happy to show you once we can get the parts. You guys...
It is high up on our list of things to do.
Unless some more jobs come in, I still have a couple hundred to pay off to my friend. And then the parts themselves, I mean, yeesh.
That's alright, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. But say, if you guys ever, find a whole bunch of money or anything, and you wanna learn how the rest of it works, I'll be here.
Well, I do believe that means that we need to go find some more money. Any ideas?
Yeah. You guys seem resourceful. I'm sure you'll find something.
Was that not part of your noble package? Do not come with, connections for us? We're hoping you could plus something money.
My one connection got me to you. So, as much as I'd like to go back to him and say, look, I've found work, can you give me more? I'm going to give that one a tiny bit of time for the moment.
Our last connection got us attacked by frogs in the jungle.
Oh.
But you live and learn.
Mostly.
Well, I'm sure it was easy for such a capable group as yourselves.
One of us died.
Yes. Easy.
But you're right. Living and learning how to better eliminate frogs.
I apologize. I did not know. I'm sorry about your loss of your friend.
He will be missed, but We will survive.
Well, on this somber note, shall we go find something to do?
Well, I would. I would like to teach Fraildos how to better fight in case it came down to that.
This fine young half-elf. Of course. All half-elves should know how to fight perfectly well.
Fraildos, are you there?
He calls from the other room. Yeah.
Earl's just going to walk into the other room, figure out what he's doing.
It looks like right now Fraildos is kind of sitting by the front desk there. He's not really doing much. You can see there's like a broom next to him. He probably finished sweeping recently.
Well, Fraildos, I have a few questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Would you be interested in learning from me how to better fight?
Oh, I'd like you to make a persuasion roll.
Oh, I think that's just +0? Yes, so 19.
Okay. He pauses for a second and then goes, yeah, sure. It's been a while. Are you guys going to do another one of those, are you guys going to go fight in, like, the lower parts of town again?
I do not think so, but...
'Cause that was exciting.
I wish there were more proper enemies for us to chase down and fire upon, but unfortunately, we have no work as of late.
Well, I heard somebody in the tavern last night who said they were looking for help.
Oh? What kind of help?
Well, I don't know. He was pretty drunk at the bar, but he said that he summoned a demon that's stuck in his garage.
Oh.
And he can't get it out of there.
Huh. That definitely... would you like to kill a demon?
Well, I mean, like I said, he was pretty drunk. I don't know if it's real, but we could go and check it out. Is a demon much harder than the people we fought before?
Well, depends on the demon. If it's a demon frog, we might have some issues.
You guys have been talking about frogs a lot since you got back.
Yes, we were attacked by frogs, and many of them bested us with numbers alone.
You know, sometimes I wonder if animals are more smart than you think, you know?
There's only one animal that I've ever seen capable of throwing a dart. And I killed it.
Fraildas gives you like a tight-lipped expression for a second. He goes, okay, well, I guess I could take you back to the tavern. I remember his name, but I don't know where he lives or anything.
Well, lead the way. I definitely would like to get the rest of them
Alright.
involved.
He goes to the door.
He just pokes his head back out into the area they were in. Is anyone looking to investigate a potential demon frog?
Let's go.
Wonderful. Just leads them the way Fraildas was.
Sure. You guys head out, and Fraildas kind of wanders down and, you know, heads down a couple flights of steps with you guys in tow, until eventually leading you guys to what appears to be one of the taverns that's a little bit closer towards the bottom of town. And he says, yeah, I was here last night, and he was talking about it, and he went that way. And he just kind of points down one of the roads. Said his name was Gundirth?
What, any physical descriptions? Is he like me? Is he like Cold Coat?
Does the name ring a bell to anybody?
I would say no. He kind of looks over at you, Erlabald, and says, "Yeah, he's like about your height, human."
Well, I guess that's sort of a lead. If he had a demon in his garage, then he must not be too difficult to find.
We can ask the tavern keep. He might know him.
Yeah, definitely. That's quite smart of you, Fraildas.
Yeah, he gives you a smile and wanders into the tavern. And, he kind of walks over towards the bar there, and the bartender gives him like a wave and everything, and it kind of looks like they know each other. And Fraildas starts asking him, and he's like, "Do you remember that guy from last night?" And after a bit of chit-chat, he comes back to you and he says, "Yeah, Gundarth lives down the road apparently. I have his address."
Oh, wonderful.
No,
Oh.
good work for all this. Let's check this place out, shall we?
He gives you a nod, and your group kind of wanders out of the tavern here and goes down the way, and eventually you come up into what looks to be sort of the beginnings of a poorer neighborhood, past some of the nicer houses into some of the more shanty ones. It's not a proper slum or anything, but things are a little run down here. And you eventually end up in front of a house which is not one of the ones away from the wall, but one that's like kind of built into it, very much like yours. And you can see that all of the blinds are down, and the windows are actually boarded up with boards of wood on the outside.
Is there any, like, racket coming from inside at all, or is it just regular silence?
There's no sound that comes from the house, no.
Can I use primeval awareness?
Oh, sure. What does that do? What's the range?
So within 1 mile, I can tell if there are aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Ooh.
It doesn't say the location or number, just if they're within a mile.
You can feel a number of fae creatures, and you can also feel... where is it here? God damn it. I'm 90% sure it's a fiend that you feel as well.
Alright, well, let's turn to the group. I don't know the numbers or what exactly it might be, but it seems like there's some type of fey creatures and a fiend.
What about frog creatures?
You know, I don't know what they would be categorized as. Didn't feel in any specific frog way. Just normal fiend or fey, as far as I could tell.
Well, it shouldn't be an issue dispatching them then. I might be able to talk to both. So let's get closer.
Can we just take a quick look around this place?
Sure.
See if there's anything that looks out of place.
The walls of the house here go all the way up towards the back wall and kind of feed away into the rock. And as you guys get closer and kind of look around the sides, you can see what is kind of like a bunch of refuse sort of laying about. There's like an empty barrel and a couple of planks and whatnot. It's kind of dirty.
Well, I guess we should just knock on the door then. Earl just walks up and knocks on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door and a voice calls out and goes, who is it?
We are from Catman Robotics. We're here for,
I didn't
some
order
sort
anything.
Well, we heard there was something that you would like to get rid of in your garage.
There's like a couple of footsteps over towards the door, and the door creaks open a little bit, and you see what looks like a red-faced human man who looks at you from past the sliver of the door, and he goes, "What's that?"
Well, we heard it was a demon of sorts, maybe a frog, maybe a proper horns and such. I'm not quite sure.
You guys aren't with the city guard, are you?
Does any part of us look like we're part of the city guard?
He looks at you guys and insight checks you. He is not an insightful man. Look, I'm not buying anything.
Well, that's fine. We just sort of had a hankering to kill something, and we heard you had something you wanted to get rid of.
And any rumors you heard are probably just, well, you know how townspeople get. Anyway, I gotta go. Goodbye.
Sir, I suggest you let us in and let us see what you have reason to talk about in the bar. Why don't you let us see what you're hiding in your garage? I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
Oh, okay. What's the save?
14.
Okay. Wisdom?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Fuck!
So
Fucking
close.
kidding.
He pauses for a moment and kind of blinks his eyes there, and he goes, no, I'm good. And then the door just closes.
Well then. Colcoat, are you completely sure there is a demon in there?
Yes, absolutely. Let's see if we can freak him out a little bit. Hey, did you guys hear that? I think someone yelled for help in that garage. I'm going to go open it.
Fraildust,
walking
looks
away.
around and then looks at you, and he's like, oh.
I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself and also summon a longbow.
Okay.
Earl is
Walk him
gonna
up.
take off his shield, dual wielding darts. Hell yeah. I'm finally confident enough that I won't just die.
So the house is about like that. You guys can put yourselves wherever you want to be.
Where's this garage?
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything attached to the house.
So it's just this house. There is no garage.
Yeah, as far as you can tell.
Well, I'm not quite sure we'd like to be breaking into this person's house.
If there isn't a garage, I don't think I would have said that because it only involved that there was a garage.
Okay.
Well, if he's being weird, I'm probably just gonna start poking around, like, kind of all over the place, because I know something's here. I don't know where.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
That is a 16.
The side windows here are heavily boarded up, and unlike any of the other houses here, I guess some of them are kind of roughed up and have patches on the outside, but nothing quite like this one, which has like clear boarding of its windows. But you find that the one on the left here has kind of a sliver that you can look through, and you can peer inside and see that in this house there's a little kitchen over by the side of one of the walls, as well as what looks like a sofa near a fireplace, where the man you had just talked to seems to be. And he's there, and he's holding a crossbow in his hands and looking at the door. And he looks kind of nervous. And behind that, you see what looks like a door, which must be facing towards the rock wall. And it has, like, chains all over it.
Is that the one that he's facing with the crossbow?
No, he's facing his front door with the crossbow.
Oh, the front door. Okay. So upon seeing this, I'll come back to the group. I don't know what's going on in there, but, well, for one, he's pointing the crossbow at the door. I proceed with extreme caution. But he's got a door behind him that's got chains covering it. I don't like the looks of it. Something's in there. Whatever I sensed, I think it's back there.
Aleutian, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How does Vasanux look at demons? Like, are they super suspicious? Are they chill with them? What's their...
They're not chill.
So if we... Would it still be illegal to break into this man's home on the suspicions that he has a demon in there?
I would say it is probably illegal, but if you did find a demon, the guards would likely look the other way.
Alright. Well, that sums up what I cared about.
Hold up, one sec. Did Coco tell us that he saw the chain door through a window?
Oh, yeah.
How heavy did the chains look?
Oh no!
How heavy did
Wait.
they look?
Yeah, they're not like your regular bike lock chains. They're kind of hefty.
Do they look like if one of them got like tugged on like 10 pounds worth, it might like cause a little bit of a ruckus?
Yeah, they look pretty heavy.
Alright, can I sneak up to the window and cast Mage Hand inside the room and start pulling on the chains? Cause a bit of a stir.
Oh, sure. So you kind of go over to the side window here and kind of rattle the chains there, and you watch as he like turns from the couch there and looks over towards the door, and you can see the crossbow like sort of shaking in his hands.
Just gonna keep doing that and just like look at them and be like, someone ask him if everything's alright.
I'll go knock on the door. Hey, what's going on in there? There's some weird noises. You okay?
No? Yes? Look, go away.
I'm quite concerned about those noises. Perhaps we'll have to go get the guard.
You can see from the window there, Dominic, that he is like starting to sweat a little bit, and it looks like he's deep in thought.
We'll go get Captain Dragriff. We're on good terms with him. He'll come down right away.
Oh, wait, Polko, do you want me to, I could go do that right now if you want.
The door opens up.
No. Oh, hello.
Okay, you swear you're not with the guard?
We're just concerned citizens.
And I want to kill a demon.
The fuck? Look, I'll tell you what's going on, but you have to keep it a secret, okay? I don't want to go to the dungeon for any of this.
Well, I'm interested in listening. I know there's something strange back there.
Look, I'll pay you to get rid of it, okay? As long as you keep it under the table, all right?
What is it? It seems like there's multiple it's.
Just okay. Get inside.
I'll wave the crew inside.
Okay.
I'll just, behind my back, keep my hand going as the chains are lightly shaking.
He looks over and he goes, okay, so, I don't know exactly what it is, but, last night, I was messing around with a magical ritual, and I think I must have messed something up because I had too much to drink, and I summoned some sort of horrible monster, and I barely had time to get out of the room and lock the door, and chained the thing up, and then I got to thinking about it, and I kind of, went to go get more liquor because I ran out, and pretty much came home and passed out. I don't really remember all of it. But I swear there's something in there.
Ritual. What is this ritual? What are you doing?
Well, I heard that if you make like a deal with like special powers, you can get your own magic, and I thought I had something that would let me do that.
What was that?
Well, there's this old book that's kind of been in my family for a while, and it was always rumored that you could use it for, that kind of magic. Let me see it. It's in the room. I didn't really take it with me on the way out. I barely had enough time to get to the door.
You left a demon with a magical book. Congratulations.
Well, it was... Are you gonna help me or not? Okay? I was very drunk.
Perfect time to summon a demon.
Do I believe his story that he was just trying to get powers?
Make an insight check.
Holy
hell yeah.
Ooh. 23.
You do believe it? It seems that he is that retarded.
Alright. So what exactly did this thing look like?
It had like yellow eyes, and it was like way taller than anybody I'd ever seen, and like had these sharp teeth, and I don't know, as it appeared in front of me, I
did it speak to you? Or did you just run away?
I asked it what to do, and then it said some stuff, and I don't really know what it meant, and then it smashed the table like with his own hand.
That's kind of important, man. Tell me the stuff.
I don't know what he said. It was just like a bunch of noises.
Well,
I don't even think it was speech.
Who speaks weird gibberish speech? Anyone?
Depends.
Look, I can't do it. It sounded like he was, like, I don't know, strangling a cat or something.
Tell me if this sounds familiar at all, and I'll just start speaking, like just saying, hello, my name is Dominic in Abyssal.
Make a luck roll.
Alright.
I can probably do the strangled cat thing, but I don't think that's a language.
16.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, kinda sounded like that.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to deal with. Chaotic evil.
This is...
Alright, well, he's just going to destroy everything, so might as well head in and stop him from destroying everything.
Yeah, you guys... I'll be over here. And he, kind of gets behind the couch on the other side with the crossbow in hand. And,
Grand.
Here's the key for the chains.
Alright. Which one of us is going to open the door first?
If no one else is walking forward, Mackinac will approach the door.
Okay.
Careful, Mackinac. I don't know where the Fey feeling is coming from.
It's fine. Mackinac cannot die.
Don't say never.
I believe you just did.
So fucking...
Mackinac's walking up the door. I got my gun out.
This is so goofy.
Alright. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Looking down at these chains illusion, is there anything unusual about them?
No, they seem like normal chains.
Okay.
If we listen to the door before he does anything, what do we hear down there, if anything?
You can make a perception check if you want, Mackinac.
Sure, I'll take a look before I stick my head in Demon's Closet. It's a 21.
You hear what sounds like breathing. There's definitely something in there, and it sounds kind of bassy, like it must be a larger creature than yourself.
Alright. Kind of get myself ready. I'll knock on the door. I'm coming in now.
When you knock on the door, heavy footsteps quickly run up to the door and smash against it, and all the chains rattle.
Oh, that's fine. I can get the door myself. And I will attempt to open the door.
Okay.
Can I ready? Or wait, no, actually, never mind.
Yeah.
The door creaks open, and as it does, you guys watch as a cloud of mist comes rolling out of the room. And you see inside what looks like a completely dilapidated lab of some kind, almost. It's like a room about yay big, probably about the same size, with a smashed table over in the back end, and a whole bunch of other stuff kind of laying around. You see like glass and what looks like burn marks and things like that. There's crap everywhere.
Aside from the rolling mist, is there a mean-looking guy?
No, you see nobody in there.
I'm just gonna shout out an abyssal. Where are you?
When you call out, there's no response to your question. You guys do notice something, though. The mist rolling out of the room seems to kind of like dissipate, and then the mist in your room sort of dissipates.
Do we see it moving, like mist outside at all?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's rushing past your feet, Earlbald, and like under the door behind you.
Earl slams open the door and tries to chase after it.
When you open up the main door, you see standing like 10 feet away from you this large, like 8-foot tall creature with like perfectly sort of like it's like a jet black and a dark blue kind of skin standing in front of you, and it turns to face you with a face full of teeth, and off in the distance a woman screams, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Distance.
It's been so long!
Yell for the guard.
That's a good roll. Oh god, I don't remember. Need to actually look at my sheet. Okay.
You're down here. The
Oh,
yellow
thank
one.
you.
Oh, I didn't
Like
roll
your
very
dice.
high.
I think that's the highest I've ever rolled on a net. I don't know why. I always low
Where
roll
were the
super hard on a
windows
net.
that you were talking about?
What's that?
Where were the windows?
There is... Let's see here. There's one here, and one here.
Alright.
So, the creature over here rolled very poorly. Mackinac, you're first to go. Oh, no, sorry, Earlbald.
Vrildos back up into the building, and then he moves forward one, and regular action throws a dart. This is with sharpshooter. Oh, that's a 6, so I feel like that's not gonna hit it.
You super miss.
And then bonus action,
Okay.
I'm going to throw a dart, but I don't have 2-weapon fighting, so this has no ability score added to damage.
Okay.
Is that sharpshooter?
Nice. Yeah, that's what sharpshooter. So that's 17 damage.
Alright.
Oh no, wait, whoa, that's 17 to hit. Sorry.
That does hit.
Damage.
Wonderful. And this is going to be a grasping dart.
Oh.
So let me pull up what that does. Oh, where is it? Okay, so grasping arrow. The creature hit by the arrow is wreathed in brambles and takes an extra 2d6 poison damage. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn it moves 1 foot or more without teleporting. The target or any creature that can reach it can use its action to remove the brambles with a successful strength athletics check against my arcane shot saving or DC. Otherwise, the brambles last for 1 minute or until I use it again.
Okay. So a bunch of magical vines appear around this thing after you struck it with the dart, and they kind of work around this creature's waist and then start to grow downwards towards the ground.
So that's 11 poison damage, and also 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
Fuck.
Is that your turn?
I'm going to move with the rest of my movement. Move 1 out. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And then on my turn.
Oh, I should roll here for Fraildos.
Wow.
I guess he's going next. So, let's see here. Fraildos only has a sword and shield, but he will run out here and slash at the thing.
Fuck him up!
And,
Oh no.
Oh, that's a bad roll. So he misses, unfortunately. And it is now your turn, Mackinac.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Open the door. 5, 6. Activate my Titan Furnace,
Okay.
which is bonus action, and then hit it in the face. That's a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
That is 9 to hit.
9 damage. Okay, there we go. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Up next is... well, it would be Lenry if Lenry were here. Colcoat, it's your turn. Also, you're muted if you weren't aware.
I was not. So I'll move 6, and then I'm going to use the Tabaxi feature for another 6.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I will Hunter's Mark with my bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'll try to take a shot at him. Will be a 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Or 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Dominic, you're up next.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will hex this demon creature, and I'll make it strength checks that he has disadvantage on. And then I'm gonna shoot him with my bow.
Okay.
Oh! Alright, cool. So...
Yeesh.
Fuck. That's 2d8 and 2d6.
Let's just kill this thing before it takes a turn. That'd be ingenious.
Alright,
Ooh. That's some good rolls.
Fuck. That's 18 piercing damage and 10 necrotic.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh man.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. The creature in front of you is some sort of otherworldly beast. It's clearly humanoid, but it's definitely not something you would see on the material plane normally. And despite the fact that it's so alien, after your attacks, it looks like it's bleeding everywhere. Like a sort of dark, blackish ichor starts to fall from it. And the creature turns, and instead of fighting, it looks like it's going to swipe in your direction, Mackinac, but instead it turns invisible and disappears.
Oh.
I track it somehow.
Do I know where it is with my hex?
What does Hex say?
You place a curse on a creature you can see within range until the spell ends. You deal an extra. No.
I have advantage on wisdom check to try to find things because I have hunter.
You may be able to track the thing down. As it turns invisible, I'd like you guys to make a set of perception checks, please.
Because his blood doesn't turn invisible, does it?
Oh, he also takes damage from the grasping dart.
What's the for perception? That's 17.
That's a 9.
Oh, I didn't roll well.
Oh wait, I have advantage. Sorry, I have another one to roll. The first one was 17. Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
17 is what I roll.
Did anybody beat or get an 18?
Got a 19.
Mackinac, you know where the thing is, and from where its footsteps have gone, you're pretty sure it's back here.
It is moving in this direction. And I kind of point.
Are we still in initiative?
At this point, it is time to roll a new set of initiative rolls. See if it gets away. Come on, money! Oh,
Oh, shit, my own token made me get a 3.
wow.
Wow.
Wow. Let's roll for Fraildos.
Oh, Frodos, please.
Okay, he got
Woo!
14.
Wait, I don't know if it has.
Oh no!
No!
Oh wow, none of you guys beat it.
No,
Oh,
but he
shit.
still takes more damage from the grasping vines. Or the grasping.
It can remove it and then move, but
Yes,
it won't
but
be
it
able
also
to dash.
has disadvantage.
Yes, this is true.
Okay. Let's see here.
And also moves 10 feet less.
It becomes Fraildos's turn, and he will go running around the corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to try and find the thing, following its footsteps. And I'm gonna roll to see if he has any idea where it went. Oh, okay.
Yes! Frodos!
Yeah!
He runs further, and you guys can hear, like, down the alleyway as he goes, a moment where he slashes and attacks towards the creature, and we'll see if he actually hits.
Just kill him here, Freldos. You got this.
And he misses, unfortunately.
That was so unfortunate. Oh, the dice, he would have crit.
It is your turn, Mackinac.
Okay. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have an idea of where it is, or?
I would say that you would already know that it is right here, though invisible. So we'll put it like this for now. Oops.
Just out of range. Can I cast Toll the Dead on it?
Ooh. Maybe. Does it say that you have to see the creature?
Let me read the full description here.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about bursting, darting, frail DOS so I can get the guaranteed damage on it.
Point at one creature you can see within range.
So I would say that you can't do that spell.
Okay.
If it was an AoE, for sure, but if it's not, then no. You can swing roughly in that direction, but I don't think the magic would work the same way.
Yeah. All right. I'm not in range to swing, but I'll kind of like try and block this side of the alleyway, thinking it'll keep running.
When you do that, the creature's behavior seems to change, and at first, it's like you're running alongside some sort of invisible set of footsteps, right, that are like trying to get away, but when you dash ahead of them, they stop. Like you've cornered it. And is that your turn?
That will be my turn.
Dominic, you're up.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't really see anything, can I?
No.
Alright. And I'll just keep running along with a dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay. And then, Coalcoat, you're up next.
Well, let's see. Pretty far away. I'll dash. And that's it.
Okay. And lastly, Erlebald.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Regular action dash. Oh wait, no. Action search dash. 1, 2, 3. Can I squeeze through here?
Yep.
4, 5, 6. Am I close enough to attack it? Or like see it to attack, or is that?
I think you can make an attack at disadvantage.
Alright, wonderful. And then regular attack action attack.
Okay.
Oh, disadvantage. That is 16.
16. Okay. No, disadvantage.
Yes, with disadvantage.
Oh, okay. You hit.
Yeah, I have a +7 because of archery.
Gotcha.
So not using sharpshooter.
Yeah, no. I'm tempted to make it bursting. Actually, I'll just make another grasping. Why not?
Okay.
The effect doesn't stack, I don't think.
No.
But it would still do the initial poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that'd be 11
Okay.
damage total, 5 piercing and 6 poison.
Alright. Is that your turn?
And then bonus action dart throw.
No.
Oh no! Wait! Right. I haven't rolled an attack roll. My apologies. I got ahead of myself. With disadvantage. Wow. Okay, that's a 20 with disadvantage.
Yep.
And then I've spent all of my resources, so 2 piercing damage.
Okay. He is still up.
Does he reappear?
I would say yes.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Everyone roll initiative. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Looks like Dominic's going first here.
Alright. I will 1, 2, 3. And I will shoot at it again.
Okay.
Just another crit. You got this.
No, but that is a 15 to hit.
You miss.
Whoa. Alright, seeing that, I'm just gonna keep going off to the side with... There we go.
Okay. After that, Macknar, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna close the distance and take a swing at it.
Go for it.
That's a 17 hit.
17 does hit.
Hey. And that's 11 damage.
11, okay. It is still alive.
All right, that is my turn.
Okay. After your turn, it is you, Erlebald.
Alright, attack, action, dart throw. This is with sharpshooter.
Okay.
That's a 5 to hit.
That definitely misses.
And then bonus action, dart, with sharpshooter as well.
Okay.
16 to hit.
Mm-hmm. That'll hit.
Hell yeah. Alright. So that's just slid. 12 damage.
Okay. It is still alive.
This thing ate its veggies. End of my turn.
Okay. After that, it's your turn, Colcoat.
I'll use Planar Warrior on it and try to hit it with attack. 14.
Miss.
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. Fraildas will make an attack. Oh, he actually hit him.
Oh my
Oy.
god. Please kill him. You got
guys-
this, Freldas.
You guys gave him a long sword, right? Is it a short sword?
Mm,
I thought we gave him 2 swords.
Gave him a dual wielding great mauls.
I thought we gave him 2 short swords, but I don't remember that well.
I remember you guys like
Is that what
forced
he's
him into
using?
using a shield.
Oh.
I think we gave him the short sword because that's what he already had.
Right. Okay. This creature is still alive. And as its turn starts, somebody roll luck. If it's a 1 to a 10, he's going this way, and if it's 11 or higher, he's going this way.
I'll roll it.
Okay. Turning in your direction here, towards Fraildas, Erlebald, and Colcoat, the creature turns and then brings up his hands, and he looks like he's horribly wounded at this point. His body is practically like shaking and quivering as he does this. But he has a look of sort of like sinister satisfaction on his face, like some sort of cartoon villain. He turns towards you, and bringing his hands up in a magical symbol, you see them come alight with some sort of magic. And then he breathes towards you, and a horrible frost jets out of his mouth and coats the entirety of this back area here. You're going to need all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, Constitution.
Everyone?
Sorry, all the ones back here. Mackinac and Dominic are fine.
Natural 20.
Okay, so you're fine.
No!
Oh no, I rolled a 1.
Oh, you too.
So did Fraildas.
No!
Okay. Well, that's 2 fails and a pass. The pass will take half damage.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh
no.
boy.
Oh,
Stop
no.
adding them.
Wait, how much damage was that?
It's 8d8s.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Dragon's breath, dude.
35 damage.
Does that just instantly kill Fraildas?
Well, Erlebald, are you still conscious?
I have 31 health, and I took half damage.
So you're
On
still
that.
conscious. How about you, Colcoat?
I am not conscious.
Okay. As you look around Erlebald, momentarily bringing up your hands to hold off this frigid cold, it feels like it's going to rend your soul straight from your body. It's so freezing. But somehow you're alive, and as you blink and like icicles and frost falls from your eyelashes there, you look around and hear like a sort of crinkling noise as you're moving, as all your clothes are sort of frozen there, and everything around you looks like it's in the middle of winter. And behind you, you see Colcoat with his gun outstretched, and he is completely frozen, like a statue. And Fraildos looks exactly the same. And after that, let's see here. This guy will take the attack of opportunity and go running. 1, 2,
Is it?
3,
Did it remove the
4,
brambles?
5, 6. No, it did not remove the brambles, so it's 2 back there. So it gets this far.
Should I roll the 2d6 slashing damage?
I would not, actually. And everybody roll initiative.
Do I
Oh,
get attack of opportunity?
natural 20.
Or no?
What's that?
Attack of opportunities or no?
Yes, go for it.
Ah. $17 hit again.
17. Okay, that hits.
That's an additional 8 damage.
8 damage. Alright. Let's see, who's first? It looks like you're up, Erlebald.
Hell yeah. Okay, bonus action, second wind,
Okay.
which is
D10.
a d10. Okay, thanks. I wasn't sure if it was a d10 or a d12. Then, roll
D10
that?
plus your firing.
Yes.
Plus?
Oh, hell yeah. That's,
Is it plus your con? Can't remember.
don't know. I wrote it on my sheet. Let me just check real quick. Nope, just fire plus fire level. So that's 13 health restored. Hell yeah. Okay. That puts me in better condition. So that's 27 health. Oh my gosh, I'm almost back to full. And then regular dart throw, sharpshooter. Come on. Fuck! Oh, it's a fumble.
Okay. Your hands are like quivering from the frost, and you go to throw this thing, and it's a horrible shot. You completely miss. Is that your turn?
Unfortunate. Yes, that's the end of my turn.
Dominic, you're up.
Alright, gonna try. I'm gonna bonus action Hexblade Curse this fucker on top of my Hex.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take a shot.
Go for it.
So on a 19 or a 20, this is a crit.
Oh,
19
shit.
crit.
Woo!
Alright. So,
That's your second crit.
and then I also add my proficiency bonus to the damage.
Okay.
Not as good. So that's 8, 8 plus, what is that? 6. So 14 piercing damage, and then 5 necrotic.
Okay. You fire out this arrow here, and the moment that you hit the creature with it, you see like the sort of magical hexes kind of flare up for a brief moment, and the creature convulses while it's mid-stride and then collapses down to the ground. You are no longer in combat.
Earl
Are
runs
they
over
okay?
to Fraildos.
Yeah.
See, is he mega dead?
As you walk over and look at Fraildos, he looks completely like a statue. Like he's got his shield up in one hand, the sword ready like he's about to strike, and he's completely motionless.
Is same with Colcoat?
As you go over to Colcoat, yeah, he looks the same.
Are they alright? Can
Oh,
I
yeah,
try
they
using
look-
prestidigitation the ice to warm up the ice, if that works?
Sure, yeah, you can try and dethaw the ice. It's really slow
Yeah.
going, but you start working at that.
Yeah, I'll go over to the cat.
Okay.
Earl
they
is
all
gonna
right?
storm over to this guy.
Sure.
All right, do you still have the book? Have you checked back there at all?
He's like quivering in the corner there, holding the crossbow, and he just shakes his head.
All right. Earl's just gonna search this back room for like a Necronomicon or something.
While you're looking back there, he calls to you and he says, What do you think the guard's gonna do when they get here?
Yeah, freak demon accident. I don't know. Just
Fuck.
if you run, it'll look worse.
As you say that, you hear the sound of like a crossbow falling on the ground, and hear his rapid footsteps as he's running out. Does anybody go after this man?
Uh,
I
We know
kind
how
of
to
want to
find
kill him, but whatever. This power has gone to my head, Aleutian. I can't. We're just playing make believe, but I can't deal with it.
To
I'm
throw
just
a
gonna
dart or not?
I'm just
He
gonna
does
shout
not
at
throw a
him.
dart.
I'm gonna shout at him and just say, wherever you run, there's no place worse than if you run away from what you just did to these people.
As you call that, the sound of his footsteps get further and further away, and he disappears around the bend.
All right.
Now,
Just gotta keep prestidigitating the frozen kitty.
okay. Colcoat, I would like a
Yeah.
death save from you, please.
What?
Come on!
Oh,
Okay.
Come on,
no.
Does Mackinac spare the dying?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Uh,
I know Linry has spare the dying.
Make a investigation check, please, Erlebald, as you comb round in the house.
yeah, I've got spare the dying.
Oh, that's just 5.
It's hard to find anything like a book in here. You see what looks like pages on the ground, like pieces of parchment, but like, this place is trashed.
Alright, he's gonna run back out.
Okay. Now, what are you guys doing out here apart from thawing out the two, or I guess thawing out one of the statues?
Are there any sort of guards nearby? Earl's gonna try to phone one down.
It sounds like there's a commotion in the town nearby. You wouldn't be surprised if they're on their way.
Alright, guess he's just going to walk up to Mackinac. Can you, fix them and such?
We need to get them out of this ice immediately.
Can you, I don't know, make sure they're not dying while they're inside the ice?
I can attempt it. Lucian, I'd like to attempt to stabilize them with spare the dying.
Cast Spare the Dying. Okay. When you go to cast Spare the Dying on Fraildas, nothing happens, and you feel the spell fail.
Huh? Oh boy.
Well, try it
I
on.
moved to Colcoat and tried the same thing.
Okay.
Yes.
It's the second turn as you run over to Colcoat. Colcoat, make a death saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Buddy.
Uh-oh.
Oh
That's
Oh.
As you run over to Colcoat here and go to cast the spell, you too feel the same thing. As you hold out your hand to cast it, the spell fails.
What does that mean, Mackinac?
I do not know for certain, but it is not a good sign.
It's around this time that the guard comes running around the corner. And they have their weapons out and are in a hurry, and they're being led by a couple of citizens. And by the time they get over here, the demon's corpse on the ground is like dissolving into nothing. So it's like half of it's there with it's kind of like a half decomposed heap of flesh with a bunch of like backbones and ribs sort of hanging out of the top, and you know, like the rest of its skeleton as it's like starting to basically dissolve into the air.
I'm just gonna try to wave them down. Help us! Our friends are frozen. Please.
They come running over, and when they run up to see the two statues there and just the frost on everything, they look like they're kind of at a loss. And
They need the gods' graces. Please. Help
Can
us
you-
carry them to a temple.
Yes.
Okay, we can... Here, you two take that one, and we'll move this one here. And there's a temple nearby. And they start to kind of slowly attempt to move your companions here. And it looks like they're kind of having trouble moving them as they're sort of fixed to the ground by the ice. One of them shouts out and goes, Can someone break this ice here? He's not moving at all.
I'll reshape my long bow into a long sword and try to just cut the ice between the ground and their feet.
Sure. Make for me a attack roll, I'd say.
Alright.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
I was like, if you roll a 1, you just took off Colcoat's leg. You smash the ice around his feet, and Colcoat is lifted up by the guard, and they start going off.
Can you... Freldos.
Are his feet in place too?
Yes.
Okay, let's try it. Round 2.
Oh,
That's still okay.
okay.
That's a 25.
You shatter the ice here, and he's carried away as well, and everybody is taken off towards the temple.
If there are any guards remaining, I'll just be like, whatever evidence you need, you can see it dissolving in front of you and inside that man's house.
One of them nods and then turns towards a couple of the guards in the group, and you can see that they kind of split forces, and some of them run to the house. And while they're carrying your friends there, they ask for an account, like, what happened? What was that creature there?
Just a monstrosity. We heard rumor of it. And
What was it doing inside the city?
This man thought that he could get power from it. Whatever power it was not worth this happening to my friends.
And you knew him?
No, just some stranger at a bar saying that he needed help.
He ran. Make sure that he doesn't escape the city, please. His name is... Gunther.
All we were trying to do, get civilians and try to help out our friends.
I'm gonna roll to see if one of the guards knows him.
Oh no!
They kind of shake their heads, and one of them says, "Fucking, this is why commoners shouldn't have access to magic. If we hurry, there might be something we can do about your friends." And they go running off towards the temple. Now, at this point here, let's see. Check something real quick. Okay. I want somebody to roll luck to see how long it takes to get into the temple.
I don't think I should do this.
Eternal luck, always and forever. God damn it.
Oh no.
Okay. The two bodies are brought in, and as they are, you can see there's people in this temple just for what looks to be like a regular service, and they are quickly shoot out of the way as the guard comes in and grabs a priest, and she comes over and looks at the two, and another priest kind of comes over, and they sort of huddle around and start casting spells on your group, and quickly move the two ice blocks over towards like a back room kind of outside of this main hall. Or sorry, no, they put them down by the main altar and actually just shoo everybody else out. It's like a one-room temple, and they just get all the commoners to leave. And when they're put down there, one of the priests looks over and she says, It's not good. We have the supplies, and we can bring them back from the dead. But it is not a cheap expense.
How much is it?
It's going to be 700 for either of them.
That's all of our money and then some.
The guards kind of look at you and back away, and one of them says, "If for your deeds, given the creature there, the city might be able to help for some of the cost, but there's no way to tell. I hope that you guys are wealthy." One of the priests chimes up and says, "We can keep them preserved, so there's no further degradation. That way the cost will stay at 700. It only gets worse if you bring them to us too late. But now that they're here, we can keep them like this if you need time to secure things."
How much for a week?
They kind of look at you guys, and seeing the state you're in, one of them says, "That should be fine. Don't worry about it."
Is there anyone that you know that might be able to help them? Might have more money? I certainly know I don't have that many coffers since leaving home.
We have enough for almost one. Maybe we could get Favecci to assist and debt ourselves. I don't know. This is not a good... No. This is not what I wanted from killing more demons.
It's not usually his way to spare so many. We can try. Let's go talk to him.
It should
He's a
only
friend.
be a few more. I think we have together around 500.
Alright. Let's go see if we can put ourselves into debt for 900 then.
How much money do we have, by the way? Is it just the 500 on this card?
And 13, so that's 630.
Oh, okay. And I have 56 in my own personal.
And I have 30. So we got
Got
one.
like 6.
And we just need to get Colcoat, and then we can go on adventures, and then bring back Fraildos. I hope he's fine with a little time skip of his own.
Jesus.
Potentially.
Oh god, that is so unfortunate.
Fuck.
8d6 and like a billion health. Holy shit. Fucking demons are not to be fucked with, that's for sure. Well, if we didn't roll better, we would have just died.
So you guys go running off, and the three of you are looking for Favecci's.
Yeah.
Okay. It is late in the evening, given the time that you went to go do this, I think, wasn't it? No, you worked in the morning till afternoon. Yeah, it's the middle of the day. So you guys go and find that Favecci's shop is open, the guards know you, and they let you in, and he looks over and says, welcome to Favecci's. Friends, are you okay?
Friend, you have put me in a place of comfort, but at this moment I am very much not in comfort.
What's happened?
These new companions, they're brave, but there's a
A
demon in
demon.
this city.
It killed Fraildos and Colcoat.
He looks like he's incredibly surprised when you tell him this. Is
In
there
the
anything
city.
that can be done?
You know I barely like asking for money from anyone, but at this moment, we are at a loss without funds for their resurrection.
We have enough money for one of them, but
Not two.
the other,
What is the cost? How much is it?
700 more than what we have.
You're not one to give loans, but at this moment, I have no one else to ask.
I can... He looks like he's running numbers in his head kind of thing and trying to decide what to do. He starts to pace about the room. I'd like you guys to make persuasion rolls collectively. That's not good.
That's an 11.
That's mediocre.
14.
That's a 9.
He says, look, I can't... We could... Kip already owes me money.
This I know to be true. If there's any way that we can just even prolong their stay in the temple, we'll have to figure out the money ourselves. But even if there's just a way to keep them still in the land of living, just between life and death, that would be enough.
I have... There's just so much risk. Do you have anything like collateral that you could provide? Something so I don't have to worry about, you know, losing so much money if something goes wrong. I do have my own livelihood.
All I have with me is my ring.
That's not enough.
I know.
We could.
Something that you can put up against the loan so that I know that my life won't come to an end if you can't pay it back.
Mackinac, do you know what we could?
We did recently purchase something from you, Favechi, that would likely cover some of, if you ask.
It's... If you're speaking about the box, it's gonna have to be more than that.
I mean, there's no Catman robotics without a Catman, so would that workshop suffice with Kip working there and such?
Oh, you don't lease the place? You own it?
Do we? I'm not 100% sure.
I thought we owned it.
I'm pretty sure Mackinac owns it.
It would be up to Mackinac, of course.
That would be enough. I'm not sure exactly what it's worth, but I've seen inside and where the property is.
We could offer that as partial collateral, of course.
I can give you the 700, and if you don't pay it back within, I don't want to wait long. I'd like to have it before the year is finished, but if it has to be maybe a year and a half or 2, then I can do that as long as you pay some of it. But if it's 2 years that go by without it, then you'll be forced to sell the workshop, and I'll take it. I'll take the remainder from whatever you sell it for.
That would be difficult with that. We commonly skip through time. We could fall asleep one day, and the next it would be yours. But
I don't like the idea either, but it's just what it is.
I think we can cover the fees to maintain their current status for the moment. Is it all right, Favechi, if we make the decision later today?
Of course, of course.
Or
No,
tomorrow?
this is sensitive. I wouldn't press you to it. I'd be willing to do you this favor if you put that up on the line, but that's all I can do. I'm already waiting on so much.
Thank you for this, Favechi.
He gives you a nod. Are you guys headed out?
I think so. Earl's
Think that's
definitely
the plan.
leaving.
Okay.
I dislike indebting ourselves to him.
He is an honest friend, but I understand not wanting to risk your entire livelihood. At the same time, I understand wanting to save those who are so precious.
This is, well,
Would we at least be able to save one of them and keep the other, at least, living?
depends on if they need a cost to preserve them.
Likely it will cost. It will be somewhere along the lines of 10
Tabletop
gold.
solution.
Mm-hmm.
So did we have did we hear when Kip had died what the cost was to maintain his body?
Yeah, they charge you, like... It's like a silver piece every few days kind of thing.
Oh,
It's not
sorry
cool.
about
Oh, we could definitely do that then.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm assuming we're heading back to the shop and then like table talk will figure it out or
Something.
something.
I
Something
definitely
will
want to bring back Coldcoat, so
Yeah.
one of us can play the game.
Yeah.
God, putting Freldos on ice is doing him so dirty, but we can't just lease our thing to him. Come on, this is all we have. There's no Catman Robotics without the Catman Robotics shop.
On the road, Catman Robotics. Move to the Wind Ray. Hello?
Well, what do you guys want to do here?
I say fork up the money for Coldcoat.
I mean, yeah, we can.
We can
Honest-
pay it out of our own pocket.
Yeah, we can pay for Coldcoat out of pocket. Question is, what do we do about Freldos?
We
For
need
us,
to
I
get...
think we keep him on ice. See how much 3 platinum pieces gets us.
try to get as much money as possible.
Didn't the
Oh,
city say
God.
they might help?
Yeah, but I wouldn't think more than 1 or 200.
Well, if they're just like, here's like some extra, here's some money for your troubles. At least some money that we don't have to spend, right?
God, how differently would that have gone if we just immediately reported it to the guard? They just storm it with 18 guardsmen. They all die to the 8d8 cone of cold. Holy shit, those were big boy numbers. I'm quaking in my boots.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking 8d8, 120 or something health. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Holy fuck, that's a... Yeah.
Yeah, if we didn't roll high there, I think that could have... I mean, any fight can be a TPK, but...
Yeah.
It was foolish to charge a demon alone.
Yeah. Have any of these cards been updated other than like the main one down here?
I don't know. That's
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
stash.
I don't think so.
No, not really. It's only the money has been updated. The splint armor got finished, I assume. Yeah, because that's what he's wearing. Assume we got the cash bond when I was last alive as Gaius.
Yeah, we didn't cash it in yet.
Nope. Okay, good to know. The spare parts for the splint mail, was that just access? Or is that just what we have? Or what was like had before the splint mail was made?
I think that was from the crash site, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
from something else.
Okay, cool. So we could try to sell the splint spare parts as well. On top of that. And then, do we even have the cart anymore? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we thought we did.
got chainmail and broken splint mail parts. Someone take the chainmail as personal use?
Didn't you guys loan the cart?
Oh,
I think we purchased it.
I thought we
okay.
outright bought it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like at the stable, like up above or something.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, sell the splint spare parts. There's the chainmail. No one's using it. That can be sold as well. How much is chainmail?
Depends on what condition it's in.
Yeah. Chainmail is 75, so let's assume 40 if it's in good condition. And that would put us at 700 without touching.
Yeah. Again, it's the first resurrection is not the issue. It's the second one.
Yeah. The
How
second
close
one,
is the
honestly,
second one?
like put him on ice. Like love Frailed Ass, put him on ice.
Yeah, I'm just
In
thinking
character, Dominic has no perk.
how long would it take us to?
I mean, at the current rate, like 2 or 3 sessions, but
I mean,
in
we're
game
not
time,
getting
that could be like half a year.
we're not getting money that quickly, like regularly. We're just getting we got like a shit ton of money from that one job.
Yeah,
Right.
We got
lucky
a lot
in
at the very
first.
beginning. We got a second bunch from the jungle job. So it's like
Yeah.
every, once in a while, it's like we get a big payout of like a couple of 100 gold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We just need to buddy up with. I guess Fraildos knows nobles. Maybe we could find nobles that need some catmen. I don't know.
Does he?
I think Fraildos. It was mentioned like Fraildos sells shit to nobles, right? Like.
No, Fovechi does.
Oh, that's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah, I mixed up the names.
No,
I meant
that's
buddy up to Favechi's nobles.
I mean, you've met one, and he's broke as shit.
This is true.
If anything, so it is the 4th of summer. It has literally been
It's the 5th now,
100
but yeah.
5th. Okay, yeah. It's been 100 days since, it's been 105 days since we've started. So that's not negative to say that, like, let's assume that it's a silver piece every 4 days. For 40 days, that's a gold piece. That's not a terribly large amount.
Yeah, we just chuck like 10 gold pieces at him, and he'll be there for forever,
For a full year,
right?
Yeah, for a full year. If we give them platinum piece, it's a full year. If that is what the rate is. If not, it's like a gold piece for at least 300 to 400 days. That's a decent amount of time to build up more money to potentially put him on ice for more days. It's not terrible.
It's just the Winter Soldier. He fucking wakes up, and it's 400 years in the future.
He wakes up, it's the 5th of summer, 500 years later.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest. He's a half-elf. He was already gonna live a long life, longer than most humans. So, like,
And it's not like he has any friends or family that he would.
Oh, yeah. It's not like he really, even wants to be alive, right?
we're the ones that he's friends with that are trying to keep him alive. So, like, we're doing a pretty decent job.
I mean, we're
I
sort of
say-
like absentee parents at this point. I swear.
Yeah, but we're also still trying to keep him alive. So I say we get Colco alive, put Freldos on ice for
Alright.
as long as it takes to get
Counter
him.
option.
We just throw him money for food and forget he exists.
Counter option. We only revive Fraildos, and we spend like 80 sessions trying to bring back Colco. How about
No.
that? Unfortunate.
Sorry, but no.
No, I was joking, of course.
All right,
Yeah, I think that's what we do.
all right.
Okay.
God, we need to get a job so we can get more money.
So where are you getting the other 200 GP here?
Okay, so we have 500, then we have another 100 in platinum coins, so we have 600,
Okay.
and then
You're 630. Right.
Yep. So you need
Yeah,
70
well,
gold.
yeah, I have 25 I can put forward.
Okay.
Then we also have like the splint mail, which we could probably also sell the parts to someone if we wanted to.
Okay.
Who else has gold?
I have 56 gold.
All right, are you all right with
I've
splitting
got
ways
6.
with? Are you
How
all
much?
right with
How much gold do you want?
50?
Sure, yeah, have all of
put up-
it.
Okay.
If you put up 50, I'll put up my last 30.
I
and
mean, we only really need gold for food
Oh,
money, right?
Okay.
Actually-
So
Like,
subtract those. Get rid of
So-
all the platinum and gold.
Yeah, actually, so platinum. Yeah, I'll put up my 30, and then we have 1 platinum coin for Freldas.
Okay.
All right. We're going broke as fuck. Went from the richest party.
To probably the poorest right now.
Yep.
Except maybe Wednesday. There's still a little welfare over there.
I mean, we still have items. Okay, and I'm sure there were other jobs too. So, you're at 6 gold, you're at 6 gold, I'm at 19 silver pieces and 6 copper. And we got items.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go res coal coat and then put 1 platinum piece down for Freldas to keep him for a year.
You guys raid the cash from the store, pool your own money, and go running off. And when you get over there, you give over this massive lump sum, which the priests look through and then start the ritual. And you also pay a platinum piece, and they inform you that this will keep Freldas safe for a long time. And you guys work out an agreement that if it runs out, they'll simply go to Catman Robotics and seek the money there. And after handing that over, you guys can see that the bodies have been de-thawed, and Freldas is kind of like, you know, when you guys show up and you don't have the money, they take him and put him into like a back room, like there's a small little hallway sort of behind the main area where there's a bunch of essentially like coffins almost, and they lay him in one of those. And meanwhile at the main altar, when the ritual finishes, you guys see Colcoat, whose eyes open up once again, and Colcoat, you are back in the world of the living.
I don't feel very good.
Golcoat.
Well, you're alive, so that's better than feeling nothing at all.
Are you feeling like
I don't know
700
nothing
gold?
is better than this. 700? What? Oh my god, we're broke.
Well, at least we're not in debt.
Where's everyone else? What happened?
Well, everyone else, except for Freldas, is fine.
No, Freldas! No! What happened to him?
The same attack that got you got him. He's, currently, being preserved until we can get enough money to resurrect him.
Poor boy.
That
He's
was
over his
my
head
fault.
with that demon.
I was the one that encouraged him to come. Would have been fine if I'd have just went with us.
Where are we? I don't think I can walk. Can you carry me home?
Mackinac can.
I will carry you, Colcoat. Please do not move too much.
Thank you, Mackinac. I'm sorry I wasted all of our money on dying.
You guys carry your friend out and head back towards the shop. And when you get back there, it looks like Kip is just napping there, like he's just passed out on the couch. Freldas isn't there, obviously, and your shop's stores of gold are empty. What do you guys want to do?
Take a
I
fucking
will
nap.
rest.
Okay.
Take a short rest.
I was going to. Oh no! Yeah, we can nap if you know. Yeah.
Okay. You guys go for a short rest, and everybody can roll hit point die there, or whatever. Hit dice, sorry.
God, I never roll hit dice. Let me figure out how that works again. It's a 1d10. Okay.
And you have 1 hit point there, Colcoat.
Can I roll some hit dice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect. I rolled 4 and I got back full health.
Well, Got my spells back. Yay.
Now, as your guys' short rest finishes up, somebody comes by the door, and it seems you might have a customer.
Oh. Who is it? Hello?
As you look over, the door opens up, and you guys see what looks like 2 guards following behind Ragraf as he steps in.
Hello, Ragraf.
I heard the news.
Yes, I died.
He looks at you and kind of smiles, and he says, how was it?
It was alright. I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, you're lucky to be here and have such good friends to bring you back.
Yes, indeed I am.
Were you able to find the person who was responsible?
Sadly, no. Currently, the alert is out, and there is going to be more stringent checks for anyone attempting to leave the city, but we haven't found him yet. He may have fled, perhaps, to one of the lower tunnels, or maybe into some hideout in the city somewhere.
I should have attacked him when he was fleeing. My apologies.
It's fair enough. You guys did what you could. You've been through a lot. There is some good news, though. I have managed to secure a small amount of gold for you. Not exactly a reward, but just what I was able to drum up for you given circumstances. Here, take this. And he throws you a small pouch that has 5 platinum pieces in it.
Thank you, Ragraf.
Oh.
Every bit helps, definitely.
I heard you were only able to bring 1 back.
Yes.
The other one's gonna be preserved. Is he okay?
Well, he's dead, but yes, he's preserved.
You have the body at least, so there's hope. How much do you need for him?
Well,
About 65 more of those.
Well, there's no way I can swing that, but I wish you luck.
do you... It would be a long shot, but I doubt you know anyone that needs a big monster to be killed or a job or something for big boy numbers like that.
Sadly, no. What I can tell you is that there's likely going to be a reward for Gundirth, if you can catch him, that is. I don't know where he's gone, but if you can find the man, well, I'll see how much I can get the reward money to.
I'll find that son of a bitch. Nobody kills me. And nobody summons a demon that kills me. And gets away with it.
He kind of smiles in your direction. He says, there's no way to know what kind of damage he might cause. If we're lucky, he's not going to be able to summon one of those again. But he's a desperate man on the run, so there's no telling what's going to happen. If I had to bet, he's in a hideout somewhere. And if that's the case, it's only a matter of time till he shows up. But if he went into one of the tunnels, my guards aren't going to be looking there. So it's up to you how you want to handle it. But if you can bring him in, if you can get his head and bring it to me, I will see to it that you're paid. It's not going to be enough to bring back your friend, but it'll help at least. It's a place to start.
Yes, okay. I was going to deal with him regardless, so this definitely seals the deal.
Did you find the book that he had mentioned?
We found pages, but it looks like they had been ripped out from the book, so the spine and the cover are missing. Chances are most of the book is still gone. Don't know where it's gone to, though. Either the creature consumed it, or maybe Gundirth ran off with it. Who knows? The investigation's still ongoing. Maybe we'll find some other clue. If we do, I'll see to it that you guys get a message. Okay?
When I was there, Ragrif, I do remember a Fey presence as well as the fiend that came from the demon. I don't know what help that is, but it seems like there may have been more than just that one creature.
You may be right. But if you didn't see anything, then there's nothing that we can do. I'll put down a note that my guards be on the lookout for any possible Fey creatures while they're searching.
Well,
Listen,
if you anything else, please let us know. I think we'll be interested in trying to find this man.
Good. Good. If you can bring him to justice, then you've done a good deed. More than the good you've already done, slaying that beast. And I wouldn't worry too much about your friend. The money can be made. You know, it's a lot of money, but it can be done. And you know, I was revived once during the skirmish at the coast, so you know, life doesn't end there. The important thing is you got him to the temples. There's still hope.
That there is indeed.
Thank you.
What you say is
Ragrif.
true, Guard Captain.
He turns and gives you guys a nod, and then heads out the door.
Okay, well, what we should do is quite obvious. Coalcoat, are you in fighting shape?
Sort of.
Is Linry still out?
Lenry still appears to be ill, but it looks like she might be getting better. It's hard to tell.
I guess. Could she cast spells while she's ill?
No, but she could follow with you guys.
No, I don't feel like getting someone else's character killed.
Especially when they're not here.
Yeah. Damn. If only she could be our heal bot while we're at Catman Robotics.
Well, that fight might have been different, too, if she was here. You never know.
Yeah, we would
Yeah,
have
then 3
to
dead
fork
people.
over.
3 dead
Yeah.
people, yeah. You'd
Literally
have to
is
choose
not the
between
most
Coalcoat and
durable.
Lenry.
I mean, we have to choose the Catman in that scenario. Come on,
It's in the
that's what
name.
Yeah.
What time of day is it right now?
It is late afternoon.
Alright, well.
I mean, I don't feel great, but I suppose while his trail is fresh, I could try to track it down.
I've seen you track many a man or creature. We can definitely hunt him down.
Are you guys headed out then?
Yes. Or at least Earl is.
Yeah, I guess while the track is still relatively fresh.
Okay. Are the rest of you on board?
Yep.
Okay. The group heads out, and you guys leave, and where are you going first?
Probably to his place. Try to trace where he went.
You guys travel over towards Gundirth's place, and the whole area has been cordoned off by the guards. And when you approach, you can see one of them is there from before, and he lets you, you know, kind of get close to the area. And, you know, seeing that you're now thawed, looks to you, Coalcoat, and says, oh, praise the stars.
Yes, praise the stars.
Oh, praise 700 gold.
That too.
Well,
We were wondering if you knew what direction that man may have ran off into. We're hoping we could try to track him down.
let's roll to see what the guards got on their survival check. The The guards kind of lead you further off and show you around the house, and you can see what looks like footsteps that run off towards like one of the edges, like closer towards the mezzanine that overlooks the great hole that is this city. And he says, they kind of end here. We gave them a look, but most of us are just tasked with finding out what happened inside the house and trying to sift through all of that.
So you said we came up to the edge of something?
Yeah, it's kind of like, how the city sort of has like a railing, and there'll be like buildings, and then this is like just a drop. The tracks come up to here, and then they end.
Alright, I'll have a look around, see if it looks like he went one way or the other, or if he went over the railing or something.
Sure. Does anyone have proficiency in survival?
Nope.
Oh.
If you do, please roll.
None of us have it.
Well, no, I don't actually have proficiency, but I have advantage on survival checks. Crack.
Okay, I'll let you make one then.
Thank God, not great. 14.
Okay. You see that Gundurth's panicked footsteps come up towards the railing, and then seemingly end there. You don't see them turn. You would expect to see maybe scuff marks as he decided to choose left or right, but instead they just run straight full speed towards the railing, and then that's it.
Is there any, like a print or anything on the railing?
Ah. You can see what clearly looks like somebody's handprints on the otherwise kind of dirty railing there.
What is down there when I look over the edge?
When you look over the edge, it's just like a drop and a bunch of other mezzanines. And I'd like you to make an investigation check or perception, your choice.
Let's go perception. Is it 21?
Okay.
Woo!
Looking over the side, you see one of the other catwalks that kind of moves from one end of the city to the other. They sort of crisscross over each other in different parts, especially close to these drop-offs. And you see one of them that looks like it's maybe like 30 feet down that has like a horrible dent in the like metallic and wooden floor on it. And it's like very peculiar and looks like it's just from over your vantage point.
Based on the distance, does it look like this isn't something a normal person could do without any kind of assistance? Or is it...
It looks like something that if a regular person survived that jump, they would be in bad shape. If you landed wrong, you could definitely just like snap your neck or something, or just fall over the side.
Well, it looks like he's gone over to the edge here. As far as I can tell, he's landed on this other end. Let's try to get down and check it out.
Yes, definitely.
I will not be jumping off the ledge, but I'll try to get down there.
Okay.
Swan dive, head first.
As you guys go and wind through the city, these catwalks, which are otherwise quite disorienting, especially for you, Dominic, as you've never been here, for the rest of you are rather easy to navigate, and before long you're at this catwalk standing there, and sure enough, one of the wooden planks here has been like buckled in, and the metal has been damaged as well, and you see what looks like a clear sign that something is wrong, as in the wooden fibers, which are kind of like compressed there, you see a small bit of cloth, and it matches the color of the slacks that he was wearing.
Is there any blood or anything?
Yeah, you see like a scuff of blood there. It's not much though. It doesn't like look like anything that would leave a trail, but he definitely, it's probably not looking good.
Can I tell which direction he's going in?
Oh, investigation check. What's that?
22.
You can clearly see that after that there are like little scuff marks kind of on one of the nearby railings that easily go off in one direction. So it seems like he went down one side of the catwalk. Doesn't look like he went for another jump.
Okay, I'll lead the party down the way it looks like he went.
Okay. Now, at this point, you kind of run into a problem, because halfway down the catwalk, you're bumping into civilians and whatnot. It's only late in the afternoon, so there's plenty of people around. And when you emerge on the other side, it's kind of like one of those other market districts, which is fairly busy, and there's a bunch of people wandering around. And at that point, you're like, okay, well, how do we follow the tracks now?
I'll go up to any of the... I guess I'll find a shop that looks like it's got a good view of everything, and a guy that looks like he's been there for a while, like he's there in his shop all the time.
Sure. You see what looks like nearby a small little general store, one that is easily dwarfed by the one that you guys normally go to. It's a really tiny little thing. And on the outside, there's an elderly man sitting there on a bench, and he looks like he's just like sitting there smoking like a little rolled cigarette and sort of staring off into the sky.
Excuse me, sir. May I have a minute of your time?
What do you need?
My friends and I are trying to find someone. I'll give him a brief description of the guy. He was in pretty rough shape. He came running through this way, and I'm not sure where he went.
Oh yeah, I saw him go by. Ran straight through the crowd.
Did you see which direction he went? We really need to help him out. Like, he's in dire circumstances.
He nods to you and just points, like straight across the way. And there's like another road that kind of breaks off from the plaza that he points at.
Well, thank you very kindly.
No problem.
The money. I'll give him. I don't have a silver. I'll give him a silver and then run off in the direction.
We're on a budget now. You guys go running through the area here and get back to this next little spot. And I want somebody to make a luck roll for me.
Oh boy.
I will always be willing to roll luck. You roll it.
I'll go for it.
Oh,
Fuck.
Okay. You guys step out of the busy plaza into a road that has a little bit of foot traffic. A couple people walk on one side, and you see some people chit-chatting over by another little shop or whatever. But it looks like it's mostly just urban dwellings. And there's so much foot traffic that has been laid down here progressively throughout the day that there's basically nothing you can do for tracks just looking at the ground.
Keep hitting up store owners.
Yeah, I guess just keep walking down and like looking around, just observing the surroundings and the people, and kind of just having a look on their face that like we're definitely looking for something, and seeing if anyone kind of tries to avoid our glance or something like that.
You get weird looks from people. I would say that, given how long ago this event was, you guys are kind of roughed up a little bit, and Kolko, you're clearly like looking a little ill given how everything has gone down. So you get looks from people like, I wonder what those guys are doing. But nobody seems to like turn away as though they're hiding something.
I guess just keep walking down and checking things out, seeing if there's any side streets or anything like that that lead off into, I guess, any ways to get into like the Undercity.
Oh, interesting. Let me see.
Well,
You find a nearby alleyway presents itself on one side, which goes towards the rock face, and you see another one that seems to just meander off into urban dwellings. As for the main road that you're on, it goes to a large staircase going downwards.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that staircase might be our best bet.
Should we quickly ask someone nearby if they saw anything again? Or is that going to cause a stir?
Is there anything around that looks like they might have credible information, or are these all just houses?
The houses here have a mixture of like different family members and like kids running around and playing, that kind of thing. So you see like, you know, there's a couple outside, probably in their 40s, doing like laundry, laying a bunch of clothes out on the line in front of their house. There's like some kids playing tag nearby, that kind of thing.
Polka,
Yes, sir.
can you repeat the fiend fey sense again? See if he's conjured up some more misfortune.
Yes, I could check it out. I want to be able to do it again for a bit, but why not? See, I'll use my my last charge there of primeval awareness.
You sense Fey, but no fiend.
Okay, so just fade, nothing else. Same kind of phase as before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If would have Colcoat? I'm asking this to Doctor. Would Colcoat have used this feature in the city before?
I don't think so.
Maybe it's.
'Cause-
Oh yeah, you know, I only just got it. So
Yeah, you
I'm
got it
gonna-
on the jungle journey. So, yeah.
Alright, yeah, that was gonna be my question then. Is it always Fey?
Yeah.
Is that just why the city's like the way it is?
Well, I think I know why it is, but you know what I mean.
I don't think he
Like,
does.
no fiend, but feel that Fey presence again. That's very strange. Fey in this city. I don't know why that would be happening. Let me just ask one of these families. I'm just gonna flag down the person that looks like the most approachable,
Sure.
and just say, "Excuse me, we're trying to find someone who's come running through this area a while ago. If somebody was trying to get away in a hurry, do you know where they might go in this area? Perhaps access to the city tunnels or something like that."
Huh. Well, it depends who's asking, I guess. Are you with the guard?
Not officially, but we do work with them to help preserve the safety of the city.
Pardon me saying this, but you don't look so good.
Yes, I died earlier today.
He looks like he has no idea what to say to you. It's just like,
It's a part of why we're trying to find this person. They are not good for the long-term health of the city or its residents.
Or the short-term health?
Well, I saw a man that was hobbling come in through here.
That was probably him.
He went down that alley there, and he points to the alley that goes towards the rock face.
Can I insight check this guy?
Sure.
I just want to see if he's scheming, if he's trying to lure us into a trap or something. I rolled a 14. Or,
You think he's
Yes,
telling the
just
truth.
14. Alright.
Well, we'll have to check that out. Keep yourself and your family safe. If you see this man again, you might want to get the guards.
Oh,
Thank you for your time.
okay. Well, thank you for the warning.
And we'll head off down that alleyway.
Okay. The alleyway grows progressively darker. Past these regular houses, you eventually get towards what looks to be a set of shacks that are sort of lined up underneath the rock, and here there's not nearly as much light. There's a couple of little abodes near the back end of this alley.
You might be running out of places to go. keep on your guard here.
Yes. Well,
I'm gonna have, I'm gonna summon a sword to just be at my hip.
Sure.
So I just head down and just keep an eye on the ground, see if there's any tracks. It looks like any of these places have been entered recently.
Quite easily, as you take a look at these different doors and the ground here, you see what looks like some heavy and irregular footsteps in the dirt, as there's no other real footsteps around here, and they go up towards the last door there. And you can see that the handle looks like it's almost ajar, like somebody didn't set it properly.
I'll motion for hopefully Mackinac just to go to the door.
Makar will make sure that everybody else is well behind him before he opens the door.
Constitution check. Do you go in?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Opening up the door, you see there, laying on the ground in a small closet-sized little room, the man from before. There he is. It's Gundirth. And he lays on the ground, and you can see that he has his leg outstretched, and it almost looks like it bends at an odd and irregular angle. He is completely passed out, laying there on the ground. You can see that his face is covered in what looks like a cold sweat, and his chest is expanding rapidly as he sort of breathes incredibly heavy. Looking at him, just from the amount of adventuring that you guys have been doing, you know that he is not dead, but he is stable, and seems to have fallen into unconsciousness. As you guys look at him there, and see the man laying on the ground, what do you do?
Well, do we wake him or do we just pick him up and carry him off to the guard?
well,
Either way, I see doing this man harm likely won't get us answers.
I
It
say
might make us feel better. Coco. However, I think more.
The guards will do their share to him.
I've heard the city has that reputation.
That'd be funny if you said Colcoat and Doctor had prepped like a gunshot noise that he just played through the microphone. Ugh.
Earl has dart in hand, and he's just really thinking about it.
So as you guys are
No,
gathered
no,
there,
no,
all
it's-
behind Mackinac, what do you do?
If there was any harm to be done to this man, it should only be done at the hands of the man who got killed by his actions. Otherwise,
So Frail does.
any justice, any justice that would be served, be done by the proper authorities.
As much as I would like to just kill this man now, it does bode better for the city for the guards to have him captured and make a show of his execution.
Well, as long as he is executed,
Oh, I'm sure he will be. He is not long for this world.
He is asleep right in front of us, but just in case, we should keep
Alright.
this conversation to a minimum.
Does he appear to have the little Necronomicon on him, or whatever evil book he was talking about?
He is just wearing like his tattered pants and a jacket from before. You don't see anything like on the ground or anything.
Does he have pockets?
He does.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's unconscious, I'll just loot him. Like,
Sure. Make a luck roll, please.
I'd also like to check around this place that he ran to see if there's like any indication as to why he came here.
a
Have
3.
you rolled anything other than a any luck check yet?
I rolled a 12 on one of the luck checks earlier today. I've rolled 3 luck checks.
Looting the man, you find very little. And searching around the area, you find the same. It looks like just an abandoned closet. Maybe one of these nearby houses owns this, and it's like a little storage room for them or something. Who knows? But you don't find anything like a back door or anything. It's just a small little wooden box. And as he lays there on the ground, and Erlebald, you descend on him and kind of rifle through his coat pockets, you find very little. You manage to pull out what looks like 5 copper pieces. But you do find something. You pull out what looks to be a glass vial that has a dark red substance in it.
Well, this is concerning. Who wants to drink it?
I'm certainly not going to drink it, but let me look at it for a second. Can I roll Arcana?
Sure.
Cool. That's a 16.
Looking at it, it certainly has the consistency of blood. Why he has a vial of blood, or what kind of blood, or from whom, you have no idea.
Are vampires, like, common knowledge is a thing in Skyfall?
In folk stories, yeah, people would know of them.
Alright, just, he's unconscious, right? I just want to real quick make sure he's not a vampire. Check his teeth, wiggle his lip a little bit.
Right,
I got a
right.
mirror. I'll just look to see if he's got a reflection.
Sure. You guys do some checks of the old wives' tales and everything, and it looks like he's not a vampire.
Okay, wonderful.
What are you both
That's just some
doing?
weird magic.
Listen, I've had one of my friends killed by frogs and the other one killed by a cloud demon. I'm not taking any chances on a vampire.
Going off of stories, vampires don't really pass out. Nor do they have less control over demons. But, sure, that's fair enough.
Well, I'm tired of looking at this stupid man. Let's get him to the guards.
Yeah, I agree.
I just grab him by the leg and start dragging him.
The broken leg?
Yes.
Oh no.
Well,
As you
before
grab
he
a
does
hold
that,
of him, let's see here. I'm gonna roll Constitution for him.
Oh, fuck, don't kill him.
Fine.
He wakes up from his unconsciousness screaming with a single health point as you grab a hold of his leg and start dragging him out, and he's just like yelling the worst bloody pain-infused screech of all time. And Colcoat just drags him out of the room like a sack of potatoes while he's screaming, and we'll end the session there.
holy shit, that was a session.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I feel like every time I play a Skyfall session, it's an event.
You
God.
expecting a 5th level spell.
I knew it was gonna happen because I didn't move specifically to get my Tabaxi extra movement back, and I was like, "This isn't gonna go well." Like, I really hope, I really hope Soup moves, and he didn't.
I was unaware that there was a threat of AoE.
So yeah, so I was like, "Oh fuck!" I knew it was coming.
You always move. You always make sure that you're not right beside someone.
No, you always clump together. That's how you fight.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Crank the
spreading out at the
numbers.
start. It's like, okay, good. We're spreading out, going okay.
Use the phalanx formation, also known as the please don't fireball me formation.
God, he started bleeding at like 40 damage or something.
Yeah, he had some
No.
HP.
And
Yeah.
then he just took so much damage. Holy, did he like regenerate health or something?
I'll tell you after this, so we'll end the
okay.
thing here. Thanks for playing, guys. Players, I think you did great. Audience, good to have you. Patrons, couldn't do it without you. We'll see you tomorrow for some more D&D. Adios.
Peace.
Let's see here.
I will say, it is good to be back.
Yeah, welcome back, dude.
That was
Like
a
the
fun
character
session.
so far.
Welcome back.
Tried to make him not terribly broken.
so,
Just enough to survive.
so you didn't choose darts.
Shows the ability to throw them, not be stuck with them.
Not to throw insta-death explosion grenade darts. That just
God,
wiped out a
I'm
bunch of
fucking-
bandits.
I'm loving Arcane Archer so much. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do.
It's a fun class. I like it.
It's especially neat because, I mean, it falls off really hard, but in these early levels, it's just so good.
hmm
I think because it gives it like so much crowd control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can take the crowd control ones and whatnot, which are kind of neat. It'd be
And
funny
it's
to
just-
see somebody who arcane archers, but does like the utility ones, like the love one and stuff, and uses like a blowgun that does like one damage to like do weird shit with people. Play like a Cupid character.
Oh, I would love that.
You're like you could play like a weird pervy gnome or something. Anyway, I'm gonna kill the stream here. See you later, stream.
Peace.